Alrighty, welcome back everybody to our latest live stream. I hope everybody's having a good afternoon so far. We have a lot of stuff ongoing right now. We have a large area of severe weather for today. Extends all the way from areas in the central and even northern plains back through areas like Texas. Very large area that we're watching for today for severe weather. Damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes are possible. And as of right now, we do have a tornado warning ongoing. So let's head right into that. As of right now, west of McCook here in parts of southwestern Nebraska. Here's a zoomed out look at where we're at. There is a tornado warning ongoing. It's just west of McCook. This has actually had produced a few funnels in the last 10 minutes. Just west of McCook near Culbertson is where the ongoing tornado warning is located. Very large hailstorm without a doubt. You can see the white and black that's showing up on here. That's going to represent some fairly large hail. Could easily be upwards of baseball-sized hail. It's not out of the question. Now, at this current time, the highest that we've seen reported in the area has been golf ball-sized hail. That has been confirmed by local storm chasers in the area in Culbertson and Nebraska. Again, this is just west of McCook. This has produced multiple funnel clouds. At the bottom right of your screen, you can see that is Connor Croft. Will be with him as a storm chaser in this live stream, and he is right now on this tornado warned storm. So we'll go to him here in just a second. Right now, the rotation on radar has been kind of fizzling out a little bit, but it is trying to regather itself. And the reason why it's had some issues over the last several minutes is because we had a storm merge. And what that basically means is that we had two storms collide with each other. It's basically now one large storm. So that's what we have right now. It's trying to recycle as it continues to move off to the east. And look at this massive area of hail right now. This is a really defined hail core just on the eastern side now of Culbertson. Again, I would not be surprised if we were talking upwards of baseball-sized hail. Very impressive storm right now. This is moving off to the east, and it will be going toward McCook over the next several minutes, and as well as Perry in Nebraska. A little bit further off to the east, we have multiple other storms ongoing. None of these right now are tornado warned, but they are all producing the threat of damaging winds and hail. The highest hailstone out of most of these storms is up to golf ball size. There is a tornado possible label on this storm just south of Blue Hill near Red Cloud, and I'm not really seeing a whole lot of rotation here, but these storms both are discrete. So if there's any shear that starts to kick up into these storms, we very well might see some sort of isolated tornado situation out of those. A lot of other storm activity. This is all along a warm frontal boundary that extends all the way down to the south. That's allowing for some of these showers and storms right along that frontal boundary. So that extends, again, southeast to northwest with all that storm activity. More storms along Interstate 80, just east of North Platte, going through Kearney area. There are showers and storms here producing golf ball sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds, and as well as a lot of lightning. Now, one of the things to point out with the storm that Connor's on right now, this is an area that we're looking at near McCook. This storm in particular not producing a whole lot of lightning, and we're not really looking at much lightning out of this storm. We've had a lot more with the other storms, but sometimes when these are trying to produce tornadoes, we actually sometimes see a decrease in lightning, so that might be something to watch out for here over the next several minutes. All right, let's go full cam to Connor and see what he's exactly looking at. It looks like a lot of scud activity. We're going to put on his audio here.
Yes, but...
And also, just let me know if the audio is too quiet, because I've never done this before, but...
Just wondering,
again, we are currently in Nebraska. This is an ongoing tornado warning just west of McCook.
It's gonna get a little stronger.
There's also storms, by the way, in Oklahoma, but those are currently not severe at this time.
That's not really worry about it.
He's in the perfect position, by the way. He's already seen a few funnel clouds. I would not be surprised if we saw another one. And that's also a wall cloud right there.
Compared to the storm.
Like, yeah, I know. Like, you'd want to see one that's like at least twice as big, right?
We have now a wall cloud, which has been ongoing for a while, by the way.
You can see the inflow coming in on the right there.
And one thing to note too,
I'm
gonna go back to radar here for a second. One thing to note though is that these velocities here, notice the red, that's indicating winds going away from the radar. He's actually gone through some pretty strong and high winds. That's a bit more of an inflow that's going into the storm that can help to rotate the supercell. So just want to throw that out there. Again, these are the winds going toward the radar, a little bit different there. These are also producing the threat of damaging winds. Notice those bright red color though. That's definitely some damaging winds right there. All right, let's go back to them.
Dude, looking on Twitter and looking at other people's pictures by their positioning is like an underrated aspect of storm chasing. Seeing other people's vantage points.
Is Iowa good?
Right, so that
Iowa should be okay today.
Really cooking there.
Unless you're in western Iowa. Western Iowa might see some isolated storm activity later.
You almost have another wall cloud right here to the right.
Oh yeah,
Trying to get going too. Okay, I can see the overall structure. No.
And the storm at the bottom right of your screen is unbelievably impressive, to say the least.
It's right above the car.
We have a pretty significant hail core that's been developing too.
No, but look, it looks a little better.
Oh, okay.
Like, look
yeah, this could easily drop a tornado at any time. Has had multiple funnel clouds already.
Mid levels, it's only a matter of time. Big tail cloud to the right there.
Yep.
We do have a new tornado
Dude, it's only a
warning.
matter of time.
This is a brand new tornado warning. This has just been issued. This is back up just south of North Platte in parts of Nebraska, and strong rotation right now. This is just to the south of Brady. Strong rotation, pretty rural area. Seek shelter away from windows, lowest floor possible if you're included in this tornado warning. This is moving right now out to the east, and it'll be going toward Gothenburg and as well as Willow Island. So again, seek shelter away from windows and on the lowest floor possible if you're included in that tornado warning. I'm trying to see if we have any other better radar sites. We might have a better one here. Nope. We have a bit of an in-between situation. That's another good view of it. Again, strong rotation located. It's approximately 10 to 15 miles out from Brady. That's about 12 miles. And then off to the east is Gothenburg. The most populated area right now, really in the track of this, is about 16 miles away. It is a very slow-moving storm. It's pretty much stationary. They don't even have a direction on this, believe it or not. This is a pretty stationary supercell right now. Look at the last 7 frames here over the last 15 minutes. It hasn't moved a single bit. So if there's a tornado, it's going to basically sit in this one little area here, just to the west of Gothenburg. And again, it's really rural. I'm not really seeing many roads, but seek shelter if you're in that tornado warning, away from windows, lowest floor possible. All right, let's go back down to the McCook region tornado warning. And I believe we're going to go back to Connor. Let me check here. Yeah, we'll go back to him.
C-shaped.
Good thing it's moving slow, man.
Yeah.
It almost looks, dude, it's just gotta organize. It has like 2 areas of rotation.
It's a really stationary storm, and that's a problem with the setup that we have. Some of these storms are going to be really stationary, which will provide a flooding threat, unfortunately.
How's it going, Kaylee? Right up there is starting to cook.
So I don't think anything's imminent, right?
No.
Get to
There's a tropical storm coming to Washington, D.C. I did actually upload a video on that today. Yes, there is.
Like right here.
Yeah, there's a tropical disturbance that's forming, and it very well could produce the threat of some really high waves.
I don't know if we need to bail.
Along with that flooding, the main concerns.
Yet, though, because those are going to be a couple more hours.
Yeah.
If they happen, I don't.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, we are currently in Nebraska. That is where this current ongoing tornado warning is. We actually have 2 tornado warnings now. One quick little view of one thing I want to show you, since nothing too crazy is happening with that right now. Going further down to the south, we do have other storms that are firing off in North Texas and as well as southern Oklahoma. This is another area we have to watch for today for severe weather, damaging winds, hail, possibly even a brief tornado are all in play. I don't think we're going to see anything too crazy here for a little while. It'll probably ramp up a bit more over the next couple hours, but it's going to be a little bit of a slow start, I think, just because of the convection that we saw earlier today. So overall, it's really mainly going to be in this tornado watch. And again, there is a tornado watch ongoing, and this goes until 10 o'clock Central Time. This is for southern parts of Nebraska and northern Kansas. And overall, it's not a huge population, which is good, but we very well could see some really cool storm structures, especially on Connor's Chase there. And look at the widespread view of things. So again, large slight risk of severe weather across Kansas and Nebraska, another slight risk in Oklahoma, and as well as back through parts of Texas. Those are the main concerns today. And this is tomorrow's outlook. I will not be live for this, but this is tomorrow. We'll have damaging winds, hail, possible tornado across parts of South Dakota and Nebraska. And then heading into Saturday, very large slight risk of severe weather for Saturday. I do expect an enhanced risk of severe weather somewhere in this area. It'll probably be in the center of this, near Omaha, Kansas City, Des Moines, and Sioux City. That's my guess. But an enhanced risk is probably going to be issued tomorrow, if not tomorrow afternoon, is my guess at least for that event. So we'll be watching that closely as well. I will not have any live streams, by the way, past today until Sunday. So I just want to throw that out there. This will be our main live stream. They'll be having another live stream possibly on Sunday, because we might see some severe weather on Sunday. So that'll be something to watch for. Look at radar right now. This thing is crazy. Let's go to the correlation coefficient. Believe it or not, how seeing that much of a white color on a storm like this can be really crazy. I mean, it's extremely definitive. Very heavy, blinding rainfall at the bare minimum is happening with that. In addition to that, there's definitely going to be a lot of hail with that thing. But the correlation coefficient isn't picking up on anything, I would say, too crazy in this hail core. But still unbelievable how much hail we're seeing. Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Rotating.
Tornado might be dropping right now.
That's a funnel. That's a funnel right there.
You want to get more south, or?
If it drops.
It's going to drop. I think it's going to drop fast and go back up. I don't think that's. I don't think
it
that's
looked like it was a funnel
yet.
For a second.
I think that's scud now.
I want to point this out at the bottom right of your screen.
See that?
Yep.
The correlation coefficient is actually
if you look right above,
showing something. That could just be hail.
Like, look out the right.
There's no strong area of rotation there, so it's probably not a tornado yet, unless this could be maybe developing into one.
It's very
It's a lot
fiery,
like Scud activity, but
you know?
that's the area that we had that wall cloud moments ago.
Anytime you see like inflow coming in that quick,
Slinging swings, swing set Sunday. Yes, that's the day.
it's just a matter of if we're gonna have a visual and when.
I have to get a little.
This is right now trying to drop a tornado.
Hail's getting semi-close.
Again, this is just west of McCook.
I don't think I've ever seen so much streamwise coming
It's
into
ridiculous.
The storm. It's
Like
insane.
if we.
Oh wait, let me know if the audio's too quiet. I think it's
was able to like
okay now, but it might not be.
For a second.
We would have probably like a big cone or a wedge by now.
Like honestly.
DFW does have a chance to see some severe weather.
Just wrap the entire mezzo.
We had it. We had it.
There is a new tornado watch, by the way, just real quickly. There's a new tornado watch that was just issued. I don't think it's on. Yeah, it is on here. So it's gonna be for the Grand Island area. That's really the main location. It goes through parts of northern Kansas and southern parts of Nebraska. And again, the storm that we're on right now, this is where Connor is as well. So we're both on this tornado-warned cell that has been rotating for quite a while, has produced multiple funnel clouds. This is just west of McCook, Nebraska.
Just the base just got completely HP.
So again, this could very well drop a tornado. It looks like it's trying to, it might be going rain wrap now.
Inflow region of the storm.
There's definitely a chance that this does drop a tornado at some point soon.
That's a smart choice.
Audio's good, cool.
Look at the storm behind it.
A friendly reminder, if you're just tuning in for the first time, make sure to like the stream and subscribe. We'll keep you posted with the latest. Again, this thing in the Culbertson area of Nebraska with this tornado warning.
Keep my eyes peeled.
Yeah, keep your eyes behind it.
It's been doing it so fast.
This tornado warning, by the way, does expire in 2 minutes. They might issue a new one. We'll see.
I just can't tell.
We're so close, dude. That Scud was rotating.
Yeah.
I don't know if
well, look at the
The
mezzo.
latest radar update's 455. We'll go back to the radar here in a second.
Funnel,
Once we get the latest update.
Does it almost
See if
remind
there's
me
any
of that,
big changes.
Like, storm, how like scuddy it was, and
Yeah.
how much like turbulence. Was
One
on
nice
it.
thing about Nebraska and chasing, it's very flat.
It's totally
So
rain wrap now.
if there is a tornado, it would not be hard to pick out. There's not a whole lot of trees in this area either. Makes things a little bit easier.
I don't like how as the mezzo got stronger, it started getting completely wrapped in rain. I do not want to get trapped in there.
Corey, this is in Nebraska.
Stupid idea. It makes you wonder if that storm to the southwest is going to be maybe the player.
There's a pretty strong storm, by the way, near Sherman, Texas. If you're watching from the DFW area.
Or if we just want to risk it for that to be
Not
the
severe
player.
yet, though. Yeah, we have two areas that we're watching for, really. It's Nebraska and Kansas,
Slow enough.
as well as Oklahoma and Texas. Pretty much the four main states here through the central and southern plains. Here's the latest radar update. Let's go back to this while they're driving. This is the latest radar update on this thing. That's not the latest velocity scan, but here's the latest reflectivity look. So again, large area of at least heavy rain, possibly some very large hail in this as well. We've had a couple reports now of upwards of golf ball sized hail in the Culbertson area. So if you're McCook, you definitely need to be ready for some large to very large hail. There is no severe thunderstorm warning yet for McCook. I would assume there's going to be one in the next like 30 seconds to a minute. Tornado warning might not be extended here. It has been, at least at this current time, has expired. But we do still have a little bit of rotation, so it's over the Perry area right now, just south of there. It's more rain wrap than before. It's pretty broad rotation, I'd say, overall. Again, it's nothing too substantial, but it will be something to watch out for as this continues to move to the east toward McCook. But high winds definitely going to be a factor with this as well. So we'll see kind of how Connor goes about this storm. Obviously, he's kind of repositioning himself toward Route 83. We do still have another tornado warning, though, so even if we don't get a new one on this one, they're not going to issue a new tornado warning for the time being on that one, but there is a tornado warning back up near the North Platte area. And this is a pretty stationary storm right now. Rotation has been a bit on the stronger side. Notice right here, this is just to the southwest and west of the Gothenburg area. Right here is the location where we have a bit of stronger rotation. So again, if you're in this area, stay away from windows, lowest floor possible. We very well could have a tornado on the ground at any time as this moves off to the east, but it's fairly strong rotation. Again, notice how slow it's moving. It's really not moving at all. You know, it's very stationary. So if there is a tornado here, it's not going to be moving very far or really anywhere anytime soon. It's a very stationary storm. Flooding's a threat, but again, it's a very rural area outside of the North Platte area. So at least it's not sitting over top of a city, because that would be really bad, especially in the flooding threat as well. Again, this is our new warning, so we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning. This does include areas like McCook. This is for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds, and as well as the threat for some 2-inch hail. So those will be the main concerns with this as it moves off to the east. Indianola, Bartley, Cambridge, as well as Wilsonville will all be in the track of this as well. They have now gone ahead and issued a new tornado warning. So a brand new tornado warning on the storm, again, that we are currently covering with Connor, and we're on right now. This is from McCook, Perry, as well as the Lazy L Mobile Ranch area. This is near Route 34. Seek shelter away from windows and on the lowest floor possible if you're included in this tornado warning. Again, rotation's located right about there. It's basically on the south side here at Perry. And as Connor repositions, we should have a better view of this as it continues to move to the east toward McCook and as well as Route 83. So again, brand new tornado warning here. Seek shelter away from windows as well as on the lowest floor possible if you're included in this brand new tornado warning. Again, this is right now moving to the east toward McCook. It looks like we're going to probably have a pretty good view of this as it continues to move toward Connor, so we should have that here. I'll go back to him in just a second. Yeah, this is a brand new tornado warning from the McCook area. Stay in your safe place, away from windows, and on the lowest floor possible if you're included in this brand new tornado warning. Yeah, again, we are in Nebraska. Anything for Kansas? There will be some activity. It's primarily going to be on the northern side of the state, though. If you're not in that tornado watch, I would not be that concerned. Is Davenport, Iowa going to get hit? Really, most of Iowa should be fine, unless you're on the very far western side of the state, so like near Sioux City, Sioux Falls. But even then, it's going to be pretty minimal activity. It'd be mainly damaging winds. All right. By the way, one thing I want to show on this storm, the volumetric 3D radar on this hail core. And this is like a 3D view of it. It's really cool. Let me try this. Here's the view of the storm. So again, notice how high the hail core goes. This is a really impressive storm, but this is literally the hail core. Again, it goes up quite a bit, upwards of 28,000 feet. It's a pretty intense hail core overall. Let's go back to the live radar. But basically what we're looking at right now is that large hail core. It actually just fizzled out in the latest scan, a little bit at least. But that's really where we have that hail core right now. It's over the Perry area. So again, there is some hail here. It's at least upwards of ping pong to golf ball size. More concerningly, again, there is that tornado risk. I'm not seeing anything too strong, tight, and defined in terms of rotation, but that could obviously always change as this moves toward McCook. One of the issues, though, that we're going to have at least seeing if there is a tornado, like on the ground, for example, with a visible view, will be how much rain there is, because this is a pretty rain-wrapped storm at this point. All that red and pink is all representing heavy rainfall. So as long as that's continuing, that heavy rainfall, we're going to have some issues being able to see an actual tornado. Here's a pretty good view of it, by the way. That's a pretty good view of the storm right now. Again, on the right side of your screen, that's where we'd be watching for a tornado to drop.
I'm thinking this is starting to get RFD.
The mezzo fell apart entirely. This thing just went completely outflow dominant.
This is hardly a mezzo right here. Like,
I don't think it is. I think it's just scud. I mean, there's motion.
We do have an update on the other tornado warning.
Yeah, this isn't anything. I don't think.
Actually, I'm going to stay on this, but the other tornado warning has been updated. It's still same threats. It's barely moved. Yeah, if you're in the Gothenburg area, I'd stay alert, but not imminent threat to you on that other tornado warning. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, this is in Nebraska, in McCook, Nebraska.
So many mergers.
We have.
Gosh, dude, if we just needed those first 3 mergers, and
I would not be surprised if we have a tornado drop at some point. This has been rotating a lot
by now.
Yeah, it's a tornado siren going off.
I am wondering if this merger right here ends up being the dominant circulation just to our southwest.
Good.
My stream is a few minutes. Are you mean behind? Shouldn't be behind. Should be,
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Should be on top.
Well, this morning it looked really good for some isolated stuff.
You might have to refresh the stream if you're behind.
All the cams started trending just towards a mess.
The right side of your screen would be really where we're looking for any sort of lowering. Again, I'm not really seeing anything definitive. We've seen a couple little funnels, but there hasn't been much. It's a lot of scud activity, too. That's the other thing. the bottom right of your screen, this is the rotation. Again, nothing really that definitive here. It's pretty broad
and then it's like you turn
and weak.
around and you lose
It was much stronger about half an hour ago or so. That's when we actually had a funnel cloud and a serious circulation.
It's this or nothing.
It's near McCook, Nebraska. Fire.
I don't like this for tornadoes.
Set your speed to 2x until it doesn't let you anymore. I talk pretty fast. You're on rapid speed.
At least visible tornadoes, right? I mean,
right.
I could see this.
Yeah, Iowa shouldn't be too bad.
Not what I'm looking
and again,
for.
here's today's official risk. Let's go to this real quick. But here's today's official risk from the Storm Prediction Center. So again, notice not really a whole lot of Iowa's included in any threat today. There's a sliver of a marginal threat in southwest Iowa. Otherwise, you're fine. Western Missouri, I'd watch for isolated severe weather, but I wouldn't be too concerned overall. Two areas, though, that we're really watching closely. The main areas here, across, again, Kansas and Nebraska, that's where we have the tornado threat the highest out of any area. So there's a 5% tornado risk today. Back down in Oklahoma and as well as Texas, this is our second area that we're watching. I don't know if we'll be live for this because we might not really see severe weather until, like, late tonight. I don't know if we're going to really see anything this afternoon and evening. There is that chance, and that's the main time frame we were watching for severe weather, but we haven't seen much pop off yet. It's been mainly strong storms, and they haven't really intensified a whole lot. So, two main areas that we're watching. A lot of sporadic severe weather activity elsewhere, like this area, and north of that slight risk. Those are our main concerns right now anyways. But again, across Nebraska, that's where we have multiple rotating supercells, multiple tornado warnings. The main one right now is over the McCook area. So again, if you're in McCook, stay in your safe place, away from windows and on the lowest floor possible.
In Danbury, but like there's just that stupid little river
go back.
there, so we can't go.
Actually, we're gonna go back to here. He's driving again. He's gonna try to reposition himself. Again, Connor's literally on this storm, so if there is a tornado, we probably have a pretty good view of it. How's it going, Rory? Rainy day in Illinois. It'd be a good thing when it's raining. So apparently, I'm hearing word that there's a, there was at least a brief tornado in the last 5 minutes west of McCook. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if it's 100% confirmed at this point, but let me see if we can find anything on this. There has been a confirmed tornado as of about 4 minutes ago in the McCook area. Suction vortices. But that was likely brief. Again, the rotation on even on radar is very broad overall. Looks like we have even a little bit of anticyclonic rotation. Let's see if we have any other reports here. Yeah, if you're in McCook in Nebraska, again, seek shelter immediately away from windows, lowest floor possible. Yeah, we've at least had one report that there's at least been some sort of small, brief tornado. Could very well drop at any time again over the next few minutes. Yeah, there's a chance for severe weather on Sunday. Again, I probably won't have a video on it, to be honest. I do have a winter forecast, by the way, that'll be coming out sometime in the next 3 days. I've already made it. It's complete. If you are a YouTube member, by the way, you can check that out. There is a full preview to it. The full video is posted for members only. And again, you can check that out with the on your membership. But I'm going to have that sometime this weekend, possibly tomorrow, Saturday or Sunday. I don't know about a video, though, on that. But I might talk about it a little bit later in this live stream once we get a chance. But we'll have to wait and see on that. Because, again, we are under multiple tornado warnings right now. Again, we still have 2 tornado warnings across Nebraska. And really about almost a dozen severe thunderstorm warnings. We're definitely up there in terms of these severe thunderstorm warnings. A little bit of buffering, by the way, on the live stream. We should be able to catch up here in a second. He's driving anyways, so it'd be too big of a deal. Thank you, Chuck, for becoming a minimum velocity member. I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome to the Velocities. All right, let me see if we have any other reports on this. And as of about 6 or 7 minutes ago, we had a report of suction vortices of this tornado being on the ground west of McCook, but nothing concrete yet at this point. Actually, this was delayed, so it was at 4:59 p.m., so that was about 12 minutes ago. So as of this current time, we haven't had anything confirmed. And again, we would have a very quick access to any confirmation with Connor literally being right in the area. But if you look at the live radar, again, we don't really have a lot of rotation here anymore. It's very broad, and we're not really seeing anything definitive at this point. And the problem with this storm right now, and I mentioned this at the very top of this, but we've had a storm merge. So this was originally tornado warned. This is a while ago here, but this is our original storm. It was tornado warned over Culbertson, and we had a storm merge. Multiple of them, by the way, just merging into this one storm that's trying to move east, and that can cause some issues with its overall rotation. Again, when we have a discrete supercell, that is usually where we see tornadoes, and this is not even discrete anymore. It's been run into by a lot of different storms, and it's adding tons of moisture. It kind of just fluctuates the overall tornado risk, but I'm not saying there won't be a tornado, it's a little bit lower right now because of that. Wow, look at this.
And it looked like it was about to go.
Look at that. That's the, again, the tornado warned cell. It's an amazing view of it right here.
Look at this. This is trash.
Like this is
There's gonna be a little bit of buffering, but
the wall cloud has never been able to get its act together.
The problem is that it's too, I think it's got too.
That is an incredible view of this storm that has been producing, again, a lot of hail and also that tornado risk.
The tornado, it just gets buried in its own core.
Amarillo should be mainly isolated severe weather. Oklahoma, same thing. I mean, unless you're in southern Oklahoma, I think the threat is overall low today.
If we didn't have these mergers, it would have produced a large tornado.
It's like we're having some buffering again. All right, let's go back over to here real quick. And we do have some ongoing storms that are in the just south of the North Platte area. This is still tornado warned as well. It's a very rural area, but this is another one of those storms that is tornado warned. You can actually see the hook here. Well, let's go back to this. They're still buffering, but you can see right there on the right side of your screen.
Oh, you probably did. There's been like 4 phones.
A very good view of that storm that is, again, producing some rotation. And unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit of buffering, but it's a very good view of it there on the right side of your screen. They get out of the way of the trees. We should have a prime view of that. But at the bottom right of your screen, again, this is the other storm I was talking about. It's west of Gothenburg in Nebraska. It has strong rotation. There very easily could be a tornado at any time. But it's a very rural area. And the other thing with this is that it's really moving very slowly. It's very stationary. So that's at least good news right now because it's not moving very fast toward those areas. It's a very rural area. So if there is any flooding with this, it would be a very, very small area that we're talking about. But yeah, again, this is the storm right here. It's actually moving a little bit more east-southeast. It might actually just drag just to the south here of Interstate 80. Every time we go back to it, it goes buffering again. All right, let's go back to this. And every time we go off, it goes off buffering. All right, this really good view, and then it's back to buffering.
Yeah. Kind of looks outflow down there right now.
Right.
It's a really incredible storm structure right there. Yeah, that's on the McCook storm.
The problem is, it's had like 2 mesocyclones, 2 wall clouds the whole time. The storm cannot condense into one and just like go. It's been trying to be 2 different.
Yeah, this is the storm that they're on right now at the bottom right of your screen.
Storm merger after merger.
There's a large area of hail developing again on this thing. Okay, there's gonna be a chance for upwards of head egg-sized hail. It's 2 inches in diameter.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're watching south like a hawk. Like, if we see a discrete supercell start to go up in, like, Kansas or, like, by kind of where those bubbles are.
Yeah, Culbertson's been seeing a ton of hail.
The structure's trying to get
Looks like it's finally moving out, but it's been there for a while.
Yeah, you probably can't take it with a booster.
Yeah, of course, out just off to the east of Culbertson, so it's on the eastern side of the town going toward Perry.
Yeah, we got.
No, we're watching it.
We're watching it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just an amazing view right there on the right side of your screen. That's the storm.
West of it needs to stop.
A really good view of it. And there is actually a little bit of rotation. Let's go back to this. There is actually a little bit of rotation trying to develop here. It's a little bit. It's just southwest of McCook. Let's go back over to the live reflectivity and match that up a little bit. Oop, that's the wrong one. It's right there. So again, we do have an inflow for sure. going into the storm still. Very clean inflow, actually. Still going into the storm, so there's definitely inflow. It's just a matter of whether we'll actually see a tornado develop out of it, because there's been so many different storms merging with this one big storm, so it's been kind of hindering the overall maturity of it. I mean, look at this. Right on the right side of your screen.
What do you got, man?
I'm not seeing it.
Really good view of this. Further reminder, if you're just tuning in for the first time, make sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel. And this storm right now is moving toward McCook. It is tornado warning again if you're in McCook, Nebraska. Seek shelter away from windows and on the lowest floor possible if you are included in this tornado
we're
warning.
close to it. Ben's...
I would pull over and get a view right here.
Okay.
We don't have to go too much further south. It looks good. We at least have some structure on it.
Okay.
It just seems like it's just got this.
See if there's any other reports on Twitter.
Yeah, I see. I see.
I see what you're talking about now.
All right, I see what you're talking about. Wow. We got a good visual of it.
Wow. Look at that thing.
Let me back up.
No, you're good.
All right, talk to you later, man.
For now, this is the only player.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good view of the storm.
Yeah.
The problem is that rain to
it's
the left
wrap.
is about to wrap into it right when it's going to produce.
Yep.
Yeah, the tornado could very well drop at literally any time. The rotation's a bit stronger on the southwest side of McCook. That's where the strongest area of rotation is. Right there on the bottom right of your screen. Black circle.
I think it's coming right at us, so we might as well just chill.
Yeah, yeah. If it gets rain wrapped, I want no part of it.
Nah. Unless we had Dom 3.
Yeah. If we had Dom 3,
it'd be a different story.
We'd go all in on it.
Dude, see, look, dude, just another. Just.
And it's trying to do something right there.
It's just. It has so much potential, but that mid-level rotation's tightening up. I mean, you can see it tighten up.
Know the reports right now, and this is the latest radar scan. And right here, look at this. This is where the rotation is right now. It's southwest of McCook. It's in this area. So, again, if a tornado drops, we have a perfect view of it. It's trying to drop. It's had multiple wall clouds at this point, but none of them have really come to fruition.
Here it goes. About to get another wave of mergers.
It's in McCook, Nebraska. Brian, there's two areas today. One is in Oklahoma and Texas, and the other is in Nebraska and Kansas. Those two red areas are the slight risks of severe weather. North Texas doesn't really have a threat yet. There's been some storms, but they haven't really come to fruition. There'll probably be a better chance of storms maybe later tonight. There are ongoing storms in North Texas. They're just not very severe. They're more strong than anything.
I wonder.
That's about to drop. It wants to. That might be a...
I think one of the things is right now, again, this is Connor Croft. I'm pretty sure he's on Route 83. I'm not 100% familiar with this area. But right there, this is bottom right of your screen. This is 83. I believe he's looking west into the storm. This is west, but I'm not sure if it's on 83 or not. I believe it is.
Yep, there it goes.
That right there is a wall cloud. You can see there in the middle of your screen. And again, we're really watching to see if there's any lower than that wall cloud. We've had a couple earlier.
I mean, we had that possible tornado.
Tornado warning is still ongoing. No updates on this. There have been weather spotters that have confirmed a funnel cloud. Looks like that's what's happening there.
I believe it. I just gotta see
I also
video
believe
proof.
it. Me too.
Yeah, it's not putting anything down. Look at that.
And bottom right of your screen, this is on Radar Omega at the bottom right. That's the rotation. It's just southwest of McCook. Funnel cloud has been confirmed by weather spotters. That wall, in the middle of your screen there, I can't highlight it, but it's in the middle of the screen there. That's the wall cloud.
Yep.
Getting rain, wrapped in rain.
It's not even interesting.
The storm north of Gainesville is producing hail. Yeah, I saw that. Some small hail and damaging winds. Looks like that wall cloud's beginning to get a bit rain wrapped. You can see the wind picking up too, by the way, on the bottom of your screen there. New radar scan should be in here in 30 seconds. See if it looks any different on radar. And there has been confirmation of a funnel cloud to this point. It's in there somewhere. In there somewhere. And it is very, very, very faint and rain wrapped now.
It's becoming... I think that base is becoming wider, though.
One thing to note, too, I'm not sure how long they will be sitting in this position, but they might wait for this to get very close to them, so it might become a bit more clear if there is a tornado or a funnel cloud. Then once it gets closer, we might have a better view of it.
There's already flash flood warnings out.
Go back to the live radar here.
Radar.
There's just train.
No, it's the Mesa scout.
The radar scan will be in here in a second. We'll go back to the live radar in a second to show you what the storm looks like. It's trying to organize.
There's nowhere to see.
Trying for a while.
Can't see it.
Can't see much.
Is it moving north? This is moving east.
I can see how it's wrapping up, though.
Oh, this is basically going due east.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's wrapping. It's wrapping.
Yeah, you can't even see anything anymore. If you've been watching for the last 5 minutes, I mean, you saw the beginning of this thing. You can see everything. This is the power of how much rain is with this thing. There's very heavy rainfall on the leading edge. Oh, look at this. All right, this is, yeah, this could easily drop a tornado. This is the live radar. Again, strong rotation now, just southwest of McCook. Again, you can see it on radar Omega here. This is the winds going away from the radar. That's going toward the radar. That's your stronger area of rotation. We very well could see a tornado drop here. And then this is the live reflectivity. Notice this is your hook. This is the inflow. Tornado likes to sit right out here. So we're basically waiting to see a tornado drop out of this thing. Connor's right along here somewhere on Route 83, I believe. 95% sure. So that's what we're looking at right there. And again, a tornado could easily drop at any time. This is the strongest rotation I think we've seen since we've gone live. And when we went live initially, there was a wall cloud, and we saw funnel clouds right before that, before I went live. So a couple of different things to look at there.
That's not even on the dry line. I don't think that's of interest, right?
We'll keep the radar Omega here at the bottom right of your screen. Right in there, southwest of McCook. That's where our stronger area of rotation is trying to materialize.
You can see the left to right.
And this is quickly approaching them. Again, it's very rain wrapped. We'll see how long they sit here.
We could go north, but I don't know if we'll see it there either. I think, like,
if we go north, we're just gonna get hit by the core.
Like, I seriously, like, it's just where the tornado.
I believe Lazy Owl Mobile Ranch is a mobile home community. I believe. Have a good night, Rebecca. A lot of rain in front of it. Looks like, yeah. I mean, this is the problem right now, at least in terms of a viewing standpoint. The rotation itself on radar. It's really more back in here, and when you look at the reflectivity, it's all pretty much red in here, and this is basically a wall of rain that has overcome that area of rotation. That's why we call these storms rain-wrapped rotation or rain-wrapped tornado. That's where that comes from. That's how much rain there is. So
see, it's just a rain curtain now.
Big old rain curtain.
So we'll see if we see anything here in the next minute. And this is just south of McCook. Again, if you're in McCook or Perry in Nebraska, seek shelter away from windows, lowest floor possible. The other area of rotation on the other tornado warning west of Gothenburg is weakened quite a bit. And it's starting to rain there now, light rain at least.
I think lack of scent probably,
and this is in southwest Nebraska near McCook.
It will go sometime.
The tornado warning does include McCook.
Yeah, it should. Honestly, like, now is when we thought storms would just now be going.
Northern Kansas is the main area for severe weather.
Later initiation now?
Probably.
Pretty sure you're in the Topeka area. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot there. The isolated damaging winds, the main concern if you see anything.
I'm not trying to be a RRR homer, but this is what it shows for 5, so it doesn't even show anything anyway.
I don't think we're going to...
That's at 8.
Maybe? Yeah. We might see something. I don't know. We haven't really seen a whole lot yet. It's become very rain-wrapped again. If you've been watching for the last 7 or 8 minutes, I mean, 8, 9 minutes ago, it was like literally clear as day, the wall cloud, and it's gone condensed basically. You can't see it anymore. It's all rain.
Homer, but I mean, it's been right.
Live radars at the bottom right of your screen. Again, we have some stronger rotation developing just southwest of McCook. They are now repositioning.
It nailed it.
You can see all the blue sky out in front of them too.
It's almost like I'd rather take my risks.
The low-level jet, by the way, it's not really strong today, so one of the things that we're going to notice with these discrete supercells in particular is that we're not going to see a whole lot of rain going out in front of it. Yesterday, or a couple days ago when we had a live stream, there was a lot more rain that was out in front of these showers and storms that we're seing. Like, we'd have a storm initiating here, we have this big trail of rain out in front of it, and that's because of that strong jet stream. We don't really have that today. The jet stream's a bit weaker here, so at the bottom right of your screen, you can see all that blue sky, and that's because of that. We're not really seeing these clouds that are overshooting, going that far away from the initial area of the storm. So just kind of a little cool detail there. And I'm not entirely sure what the jet stream direction is. Let me just check real quick. I believe it might be what I'm pretty sure it's northeast by the looks at least at radar, but we're gonna check that just to confirm here. It's kind of one of those little cool features to look at. So yeah, it is coming out of the, actually it's coming out of the west for the most part right now. West and west northwest. This particular storm, it's going a little bit, it's more of a southwesterly flow with the jet stream, so kind of a local feature there. But again, this is a tornado warning storm from McCook. Yeah, we are watching this very closely. It has had a funnel cloud at points. Look at the radar. This is wild to look at, obviously. You can see the very bright colors here, and you might be really scared about that, but we don't really have any definitive area of rotation, but it would be right here. That is the area that we could see a tornado drop. But on radar, it's not tight and confined. Correlation coefficient isn't confirming anything here yet, so no debris being lifted up into the atmosphere for the time being. But again, it could drop at any time as this moves off to the east. Again, if you're in McCook, seek shelter away from windows, the lowest floor possible. There's a chance that this could drop a tornado literally at any time. It is going to be rain-wrapped. That's one of the biggest concerns right now. A rain-wrapped tornado could develop out of this thing as it moves to the east. But that's your area of rotation. A lot of pink and red around this. Again, that is a rain-wrapped area of rotation. And it's very, very strong in terms of its velocities. These are the winds going away from the radar, going toward the radar. Again, it's moving more to the east right now. You can kind of see the evolution. Let's go to the 7-frame loop. But yeah, it's moving mainly east. It's going a little bit maybe east-northeast, so McCook could be in the track of this as well. So we'll see how this kind of evolves, but that is very strong rotation by the looks of it right now. Again, could drop a tornado at any time. Sorry, I'm still sick, so trying to get this congestion off me. How's it going, Ro? They have issued a new tornado warning on this. Not really surprising with how the rotation is evolving right now. They have issued a new tornado warning. This goes for another 32 minutes, so until about 6 o'clock. 2-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds possible. Tornado is still in play. This is radar indicated rotation. Tornado and golf ball sized hail both possible out of this as it moves to the east. Again, this is near McCook in Nebraska on this brand new tornado warning. Very strong rotation. Again, Connor Croft, excuse me, on the bottom right of your screen, he is currently near this storm. He is repositioning, so we'll see where he exactly goes here. I believe he's driving, he is definitely driving south here. I believe Route 83 is my guess. Here's the latest radar scan, and we're going to have a better view of the rotation here in a second, but this is the live radar, and this is your reflectivity. Notice one of the things I pointed out before, but all these storms that are merging with it are making it hard for it to produce a tornado. That's kind of hindering its overall development. So notice all that storm activity down here near the Herndon and west of Cedar Bluffs. That's kind of hindering its overall development of actually producing a tornado. Now, near the McCook area, that's where we're still watching for a tornado to still develop. We're going to see the velocities update here in a second. But that's the area that we're watching for. How's it going, Baldy? Welcome back. And here's that wind field. There's definitely some high winds here. We could be seeing maybe even a small microburst, excuse me, developing out of this. It's definitely possible. This is moving to the east. It's near McCook, going toward Red Willow. Here we go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Big structure.
That is an incredible view.
There's
This is, I think, the best storm view we've had all day, even though, I mean, it's only been a short stream so far, but that is an incredible view of this storm. We're not really seeing any features in terms of like a wall cloud here or anything like that. This is the southern side of the storm, but it's definitely still very impressive.
Just when will it go, though?
Is McCook having a tornado? There very well could be at any time. Very very well easily could be a tornado at any time as this moves off to the east. But if you are in McCook, you want to seek shelter away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. See the scud clouds, by the way, rising in the very center of your screen. Kind of almost looks like a funnel.
Something gnarly
going up and down.
There, but
I mean,
that is scud cloud.
Just weakened, but still something pretty gnarly happening.
Have to look back at like damage surveys to see if there's
just tuning in. This is the tornado warned supercell with the possible rain wrap tornado.
Yeah, this is currently in McCook, Nebraska. Bottom right of your screen is the area of high wind.
Gorgeous tornado
near McCook.
We're trying to figure out what to do. It's heavily rain wrapped, so we're just kind of like keeping our distance from now. In the moment,
see if we have any other updates on Twitter here.
Find mezzo that's not buried in the rain. We'll attack it, and we're also monitoring down south along the dry line for potential tornado potential later on. But right now, this has been a difficult.
Let's see if we have any confirmations here.
Of how heavily rain wrapped this.
Possibly had a tornado though.
Yeah, we did.
There is reports of a potential tornado.
So
in McCook, has not been confirmed yet though. There's possibly a rain-wrapped tornado here. I'm trying to see if we have other details here.
I mean, we're looking for any excuse to bail south.
Hey, I will say this: 18Z double RFS run for 7 p.m.
Yeah.
I think the models are on board, so I think there's a good chance, dude. It's on the southern fringes of the Y. I mean, it's in the tornado watch.
All it takes is one.
All it takes is one isolated big supercell down there, and then it hits that.
Let's see if there's any other details here.
This one's exploding along the confluence. Just now.
Yeah, I don't see any confirmation yet on this.
Pretty far south.
To the east?
Yeah.
We've had reports at this point of a possible rain-wrapped tornado. Again, the winds are really high in this thing. You can see the velocities. When you have red colors like this, this could easily be very high winds, possibly a microburst. It also could be a tornado right in the dead center of this going over McCook. It's hard to tell though, because again, this is rain-wrapped, so.
No imminent harm, but there could be a tornado buried back in that rain.
And what you're looking at on screen is not a funnel cloud. That is a lot of scud clouds.
Earlier we had a pretty clear view of the storm, but it kept taking in mergers, so other small. It was sucking.
This is not near Norman, no. I mean, Norman, Oklahoma, we're looking at storms, possibly, but
smaller storm.
A bit different. We're looking at mainly a damaging wind and hail front
wanted
down
to
there.
get organized, and then it got a merger, and then it just destroys the storm. So
yeah, this is the latest radar scan. I'm not seeing anything nearly as much anymore. Again, we've had a couple reports of possibly a rain-wrapped tornado, but you can notice here that it's very broad rotation on radar, which isn't always the case at the ground, right? So you just still want to make sure you're in your safe place. If there were to be a tornado, again, it would still be on the west side of town here somewhere. It would be over near the middle of this hail core, which now does not seem to probably be a tornado. It'd be more of a hail core with a lot of rain. Usually what we're looking for is that hook on the front edge and then a inflow going to the storm and a possible tornado there. We don't have a feature like that, though, in the storm anymore, at least on live radar. Not saying there won't be a tornado, because we've seen this recycle multiple times now, but it's definitely still one of those things that we have to look at and see, kind of decipher whether this will recycle again or not. It's had a lot of issues, though, with these storms that keep developing down to its south. They are moving into the storm. So it's making it it has a lot of issues, basically, trying to develop right now. All the storm activity that's going northeast toward McCook, that's been the big problem so far. And we're expecting a little bit more storm activity down here near Colby, for example, in northwest Kansas. Haven't seen a whole lot of that yet. We've actually seen a lot more frontal boundary storms along that warm front back over near the Hastings and Kearney area. No thank you, Lenovo. But this is what we're looking at over here right now. And notice there are some storms in this area. But none of these really rotating at this point. None of which are really that severe either. There's one severe storm, maybe two. They're mainly hail threats. So the main activity that we're looking at for tornadoes right now is across parts of southwest Nebraska and as well as northwest parts of Kansas. Quick thing I want to mention, there is a severe thunderstorm warning now in North Texas. It's near Sherman. Seek shelter if you're in this warning. There's a huge hail core right now near Denison. I'm just going to take a screenshot of this really quick. But that is currently near the Denison area. Lots of storms starting to fire up in North Texas. We're going to keep a close eye on those as well. But obviously the main concern right now, again, is this tornado warning that's ongoing near McCook in Nebraska. Let's go back over to the live view of the storm. Again, this is on the storm that is tornado warned. This is Connor Croft.
Okay, it's confirmed.
It does not surprise me.
It's not confirmed, but somehow Chaser might have reported it or something.
Look at that SLC to the left now. Kind of almost looks like a big funnel, but it's not.
Right, like I do not like to mess with.
Yeah, so right now again, no confirmation yet on this.
With a bad
tornado.
road network.
With a bad road.
It'd be
Still,
different.
and again, on radar, it's not confirmed by any means. There's really very limited rotation. It's been very broad, I would say, right now.
Flash flooding. The last thing we want to do is get on a mud road and get.
No report of a possible rain route, tornado near McCook.
Really moving north.
Yeah, nothing definitive, nothing confirmed to this point. We've had a lot of different reports of that.
The problem is there's just more mergers coming in the southwest flank as we speak.
The problem with the southwest flank is it's too outflow dominant, I feel like, to get new mezzo.
Don, do you think it'll peak for North Texas? It's really right now for North Texas. Really right now over the next couple hours, that's the peak. There might be more severe weather later, but I don't think it's going to be that significant. It'd be mainly damaging winds if anything happened really after, like, 9 o'clock. This is not near Chicago, no.
Just
look. I mean, all the models have this huge low-level jet.
Come on,
If you're over in Chicago, you have a threat of severe weather on Sunday. I wouldn't say it's overly high right now.
But it's like, this storm is like photogenic, so it's hard to pull me away from it.
Yeah, here's the latest radar scan. Again, I'm not really seeing anything too crazy here anymore. There is rotation up here, possibly just west of McCook. The one thing is that we're looking at, though, it's on the backside of the storm, and it's not really even organized, and we wouldn't really usually see a tornado there. On the east side of McCook, that's where you'll be watching now for a tornado. That's anticyclonic rotation. I'm not seeing much out of that either. So, two different situations right now. It looks like this storm is kind of losing its grip at this point. With how much storm activity continues to pile onto its southwest, it's really hindering its development. We'll definitely still watch this closely. I mean, one of the greatest things that we're seeing out of this is the storm structure. It's really cool to see.
Look at the EHIs.
Seen a lot of scud clouds, which again is very typical for any severe storms or even any storms in general. There's usually a good amount of scud cloud. This is a little bit more scud cloud than I usually see out of these kind of storms. This tornado warning, by the way, does go for another 20 minutes. Again, this is in McCook, Nebraska. Just heads up, by the way, we are using Radar Omega today on this live stream. That's what's at the bottom right of your screen. That's what we've been using for a lot of our live streams recently. If you want to download it on your iOS and Android device, you can. They just had a big 5.2 update. You can check it out. Top link in the description below on iOS and Android. Highly recommend it. You can also watch Storm Chasers on the app, customize your radar, and all that sort of stuff.
And then this is an hour before
And again, this is the live radar feed. Bottom right of your screen, let's go to the correlation coefficient real quick. This is the correlation coefficient. I'm not sure if we're seeing a whole lot of hail here anymore. Correlation coefficient isn't picking up on any huge chunks of hail at this point, as in like a huge hail core. Like a lot of hail falling at once, that's what I mean. There might be like some large hail, but it's not at a high quantity because we're not really seeing anything on the correlation coefficient that's definitively pointing out a lot of hail falling right now. So that's just kind of a little thing to point out there. But again, rotation's been kind of weakening out on this, I would say, for right now.
I think there's about to be a supercell that pops right.
A really cool view of the storm, nonetheless.
See how all those cumulus are clustering.
Maybe. All right, we're gonna
look at these ones going right there to the east on that.
A friendly reminder: if you're just tuning in for the first time, make sure to like the stream. It does help get this out to more people.
Right, guys,
make sure to subscribe to the channel.
Forgive me if it fails, but we're gonna take a gamble and start going.
This is a really really cool looking storm. By the
way,
on the bottom right of your screen, or actually we'll just go full screen again. This is where he is right now. So he's kind of in this area. I clicked the wrong thing. He's basically in this area here somewhere. So that's where he is in correlation to the storm. He's on the southern side of it. And we always could see maybe something develop on the southern side of the storm too.
Pretty much fires discrete.
I'll tell you right now, the center of this has been kind of struggling. At 3:15 p.m., by the way, about 2 hours ago, we actually had a confirmation of tennis ball-sized hail.
Sometimes it just doesn't happen.
That was in Culbertson, Nebraska, about 8 miles to the northwest.
You could say it would have happened like 8 out of 10 times, you know? Right.
That's kind of interesting. So I don't think that was there before. I think that's a more new report.
I said take the gamble.
Ben says take the gamble, guys.
Thank you, Project, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that.
But this is
thank you very much. I appreciate you with the super chat.
You know, getting a super cell
in the chat for Project. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
That'd be good for the stream.
Yeah.
See what he thinks.
Lights on the right are amazing. Yeah, again, those are scud clouds. Scud clouds can be, really cool to see.
The only thing
honestly, one of my favorite clouds is scud cloud activity because it actually, you can see it in motion. But those higher clouds, you can't really see them in motion all the time. So you can just kind of see them rising. It's a really cool little thing. It's rising air parcels.
He might be on his flight.
And here's the live radar at the bottom right of your screen. Latest radar skin still showing very weak rotation. Wouldn't be surprised if this tornado warning got canceled. Because the rotation's been weakening a lot.
Yeah. Hard to accept a call 30,000 feet up.
Quick little update on the storm in North Texas. This is still producing some pretty large hail. Quarter-sized hail has been confirmed in Denison. This is just the live view of this. Again, this is in North Texas. Very large hail core here. A lot of storm activity all up and down this area. Near Denton, for example, there's a strong storm near Denton. So stay away from windows if you're included in those warnings. We're going to keep updates on those frequently. But they'll be kind of intermittent unless we have something big happen there.
At this point, look at how high.
How's it going, Firestar?
It's definitely outflowy.
It's just not gonna work, man.
Steven, I think it's worth it. It's really the best weather app on the entire market. I do highly recommend Radar Omega.
It's been bubbling.
I have some photos coming in from North Texas.
I will say this: I remember the Andover day. Like the northern storms looked like this crap, and there's just bubbling CI down there, and it slowly just.
This one's getting.
Let's see if we have anything good here.
Where's that?
The east one.
Now we have a really good photo. This is one of the better ones I've seen so far. This is a photo of the storm out of North Texas.
It's gonna be hard to catch.
I have a little bit of photo activity coming out of here. I'll hopefully have a higher quality view of that in a second. For whatever reason, I usually don't get very high quality photos sent on Facebook. For some reason on Facebook, photos go through low quality. I don't know why.
I would want to see. I'm looking in the mid-levels of this storm, and I don't see any big tail clouds.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna roll the dice.
Post this on Facebook real quick, and I'm gonna see if I can show it in higher quality here on the live stream.
I'm gonna roll the dice.
Watch out behind you.
Good call. I'm gonna roll the dice and go south.
All right, sounds like they are gonna be.
Oh, that'd be the end of the chase.
We're going to be going ahead and repositioning to a different area of storms as this one continues to kind of weaken out.
All right, chat, we're going south. Hopefully it pays off.
This was that storm, by the way, is in this is near Denton.
This one's moving so slow.
We could always get back on it.
I think it's a good call, Connor.
Oh, well, that photo is from Devin Hardy.
Yo, did you get anything?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of hail near the Denison area. Let's go back over to here. So again, this is the live radar on this storm. And the McCook storm has been weakening overall in terms of its rotation. It could very well strengthen again. We are seeing maybe a little bit of signs of rotation near Route 83 right here. It's just not much right now. And we'll see if anything develops out of that, but that's just south of McCook. So it might be trying to recycle there. How's it going, Matthew? Yeah, Tropical Tidbits is really good too. Use that a lot for tropics. Let me go over to here. I'm going to show you that photo. I think it's going to be in higher quality now. Yeah, this is way higher quality. This is the photo I want to show you. There you go. That's a great view of it. 339 for gas, by the way. I don't remember the last time I saw 339 for gas. It's been so long. But you can see there. And that's the cumulus cloud structure. The cumulus cloud's just exploding over North Texas. Dark skies, obviously rain in the background there. Really impressive looking storm, though. Again, that's in North Texas. That's not even near these storms, so. Anything to worry about in Kansas? Kansas will be mainly a damaging wind threat. There could be some large hail, too. This is the live radar. We actually have a storm firing now southeast of Oakley. So that'll be something to watch for. We do have a little bit of storm activity near Emporia. Ping pong ball sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. I wouldn't say it's anything too out of the ordinary, though. It's mainly a damaging wind and hail threat across parts of eastern and northern Kansas. So that'll be your main concern overall. And again, this is your tornado warning. And this is a more zoomed out look. So again, a lot of strong storms now around the Interstate 80 region, the corridor. Not seeing anything too substantial elsewhere. Again, these are the storms over here that are pretty intense right now. Again, near Denison, a lot of lightning across North Texas. If you're in North Texas, I know we have some North Texas viewers. This is a lot of blown up storm activity at this point. A lot of lightning, damaging winds, and hail all going to be possible as these move to the east and the southeast. Hope Dallas, Texas doesn't get severe weather. I don't think Dallas will be too bad. I also don't think Fort Worth will be too bad. I really think the storms might just stay off to the north of those areas, but I would still be alert. There's always a chance one of those storms drops down, but Will there be a tornado threat on Sunday in Chicago? If there is a risk for severe weather, there will probably be at least a 2% tornado risk, because there will be some shear over there. But we'll see. It kind of depends on what evolves here over the next, you know, couple of days with the severe weather event that's already happening. Anything later this week for Minnesota? Minnesota should be all right, too. Yeah, it's kind of like the transition period. Again, we have basically a huge trough. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit, but we basically have this huge trough that'll be going over the Rocky Mountains. It's going to be moving over the Rocky Mountains into the Central Plains. This is what we're going to start seeing a lot more over the next month or so, is that we're going to start to see these, you know, troughs going over the Rocky Mountains. That creates more shear off the mountains. That'll create more of those tornado risks that we're accustomed to in the spring. So our second, basically, severe weather season's on the horizon. I don't think Minnesota is going to see much more severe weather this year. By the way, confirmed wind gust of 80 miles per hour, not 50. 80 miles per hour, about 9 miles to the south of Culbertson, Nebraska. Again, this is out of Red Willow County in Nebraska. An 81 mile per hour wind gust. Southwest of McCook. Now that is crazy. That's a really high wind speed too. Where are these storms coming from? There's a warm frontal boundary just off to the east. There's a lot of storms forming along that. It's just a low-level disturbance more than anything. But we're going to see more of an organized trough as we go closer to Friday and to Saturday. That'll create more of a larger severe weather event overall. All right. Any storms hitting Michigan soon? Michigan might see some storms on Monday, but we'll see. Here's the latest radar scan. Again, this is the storm of McCook. Here are your winds going toward the radar. This is going away from the radar. Yeah, we got clockwise rotation. We usually don't see tornadoes with clockwise rotation. Only 2% of tornadoes, by the way, are clockwise. So we're really not seeing that. Over here, it's much more of that counterclockwise variety, but it's very weak. So overall, not a whole lot of rotation here as this continues to move to the east. We have another large hailstorm brewing, actually. Let's go to the live radar over here. Got a pretty large hailstorm developing here. Upwards of ping pong ball sized hail, 60 mile per hour winds near Red Cloud. Not seeing any rotation really here. It's much more of a hailstorm at this point, and that'll continue to move to the north over the next several minutes. Let's go back down to North Texas real quick. We do actually have a cyclone port, which is Radar Omega's live cams. This is a live view out of a ranch in North Texas. Very high cloud coverage. No low clouds. I don't think we're going to see any severe weather over there. But again, we got some strong storms near Denton and as well as near Denison. Again, a lot of hail with these, and as well as a lot of lightning. You can see the amount of lightning strikes right now. These are, again, pushing down to the south and east right now, primarily going east. Here's the loop here. And all going east right now. Going camping this weekend in Wisconsin. Wisconsin should be fine. I'm not sure. I don't know where that is in Wisconsin. If it's in southern Wisconsin, you have a bit more of a concern because there will be a chance for some severe weather on Sunday. If that's northern Wisconsin, you'll be fine. Again, this tornado warning goes for another 10 minutes. It probably will be canceled, is my guess, or it'll expire. We'll see. Rotation is definitely weaker than before. Yeah, we have some storms firing up down here. You actually can see it here. This is one of the newer storms that has just formed. This is near Gove City. Some strong winds for sure near 23. And again, Connor Croft at the bottom right of your screen, he is going down 83. He's going to probably be going after one of those storms is my guess. If not, he might be going after one of these to the west. But these ones are just kind of popping up and colliding with the big supercell that's over McCook. So we'll kind of wait and see. But my guess is that they're going to head pretty far down to the south. This is the live view that they have. You can see at the left side of your screen, that's that huge supercell in McCook.
Turn around for that. Wow.
Sounds like they're going to turn around for this. So I'll have a much better view here in a second, is my guess.
The road right here. Or pull
They're going to turn around for this.
Anyway. Hang
Maybe
on,
no.
just a
Never mind.
quarter
Nope, they are.
second, chat.
Oh wow.
I might take a pic.
Yeah, this is our first time actually ever
pretty
having
nice.
Connor Croft as a Storm Chaser in our stream. Just want to throw that out there.
Getting there. Come on. Almost there.
Yeah, Radar Omega's
I think,
$8.99 on the iOS and Android store, but
one last
again,
one.
it's 100% worth it. You can download it with the top link in the description below.
Oh yeah.
Again, that's what we've been using throughout the live stream. At the bottom right of your screen.
There it is.
Dude, it doesn't
Wow.
look squally to you.
Yeah, it's gonna go in
impressive
pure
storm.
squall
I
mode.
do think we should. I do think.
Now, this is
What
from a
nice
distance,
structure
so
shot though. That wow.
probably 10 to 15 miles away is my guess now from the at least the edge of the storm.
Beautiful shot right there.
You still got Vince? I have no clue if I still have Vince. I mean, I'm supposed to, but he's not really responded on Twitter, so
Wow. There it
he's
is.
been busy though. This is the storm is technically in southwestern Nebraska, but this is near Cedar Bluffs, Kansas. That's where he's near.
I know.
Yeah, I know. I know.
This is a distant view of this storm. Again, that's producing some pretty substantial hail. There is a tornado warning still on this,
South.
so
Yeah, I mean,
we're
it's
looking
going-
at right now. Do I ever cover Canada weather? I do not really cover Canada weather,
I don't think the adrenaline's gonna go.
to be honest, and I don't know if I ever will. I don't know. Maybe I will a little bit this winter. We'll see. I don't really usually talk about Canada much. If I do talk about Canada, it's usually very southern parts of Canada, like Toronto or Ontario, you know.
It'll
You can
take
get,
an hour 15.
you can get on it.
It's like an Indiana highway to me. You know, we're not in Indiana.
So we
Might
got
look
2 hours
similar,
of
but
daylight, so,
no, this is
you know,
in either
so-
Cedar Bluffs,
even-
Kansas,
I mean,
or
I'm
it's near the
used to
Marion
that.
area in Nebraska. But
Yeah,
again, this
wonder
is
if
on the
we come back
McCook
here
storm.
and
Bottom right of your
flash
screen is what this looks like. This is the large storm here.
Because we have to go north anyway
True.
later on. Let me see if it has any. I don't really have much rotation, but it's just formed.
Well, there's no moment we'll get there either yet.
That's you're right. You're right.
It's a pretty impressive looking storm. Let's see if we have any other reports on this. I don't think we have any other reports on this storm when it comes to an actual tornado here. Apparently Utah saw a lot of snow, by the way, today. It's actually been winter weather advisories up in Montana. And here's the velocities, by the way, on the bottom right of your screen. I'll just go full cam, but you can see here, this is the velocities. I don't see any rotation anymore. Again, I do think this tornado warning will just be let to expire at this rate. They haven't canceled it. A lot of hail still with this, a lot of lightning, and it's also obviously a very cool storm structure. So those are the perks right now with this storm. Basically, it's a cool storm structure. It's a
Classic.
that's about it though. A lot of lightning and wind at this point, and also some hail. Haven't had any recent hail
Yes,
reports
but it
though. I
has
don't know
like
if we have a lot of hail
stacked
happening with this anymore.
layers
The
of
hail
yeah.
core is definitely
upside
smaller
down
than
cake
before.
almost.
Think we got any other tornado warnings tonight? I still think there's a chance for tornadoes. This area in particular, to the south of Colby, we'll be watching for more of a tornado risk. But overall, it's
Wait, you
not
said
going to be
what do you have
anything
on
I would say too substantial or out of the ordinary.
Yeah, give me that,
I think
give
it's
me
going to be
that.
a pretty low-end threat overall.
Or I had Quentin.
That's my thinking at this
But
point.
Okay.
you could get the. I mean, you could.
We're going to get this storm, chat. New developing supercell.
That's where they're going to be going.
This one.
That's what I was thinking too. I mean, this is the next area of development, in my opinion. These will be where we're watching for discrete supercells to develop, primarily down here. This is the box, so it's near Colby and back near Interstate 70. I think that's our better chance for any sort of tornadic activity over the next couple hours. But right here near McCook, again, that's the main storm we've been watching for a while. And there's some other storms elsewhere, but they're overall a little bit less, you know, severe. I mean, in North Texas, for example, this is where we have another slight risk of severe weather. We don't have anything too crazy here right now. A lot of lightning, some hail, some wind, and we also have now a new severe thunderstorm warning for the Sherman area. So, new severe thunderstorm warning here. That's for damaging winds and hail. So we're going to have a lot of these kind of storms that are going to fire off. It's in Grayson County, by the way. Let's take a screenshot of this real quick. One cool feature with Radar Omega, you can screenshot very easily. instead of having to pull out my snipping tool on the computer. Apparently there's some broad rotation near Denison, Texas. I'm going to double check on that real quick. Yeah, there's a little bit of rotation near Denison, Texas. Let's hop over to that. This is a this is our tornado warning. Expires in 4 minutes. I do want to go down here though. In North Texas right now, there is some rotation. I'm not sure if we're gonna have a great view on it, but it's gonna be over Denison, Texas. It's right in here. So we do have some rotation. And that's moving east, by the way. This is in Denison, Texas. Again, there's a low tornado risk in North Texas, so I would not be surprised if we were to see a tornado. But there is some rotation here, so we'll have to watch this closely. And that's the rotation. It's going to be kind of blocked out now because we have a lot of that purple color popping up. That's going to be a little bit harder to see. But that rotation is going to be really rain wrapped. So, again, there's some broad rotation, though. And you also got the hail core right in here. This was early a hailstorm, and it still is, but looks like we're starting to see, obviously, a lot of lightning, and there's definitely a chance there for maybe a brief spin up here near 69. Again, over Denison right now, moving to the east. Thank you, Liz, for the $4.99. I appreciate that a lot. Storm Chasers left the state of Arizona heading north. Nice. There's going to be a lot of activity this week, and weekend, I should say, more than anything. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I do think will be very active days for severe weather, especially on Saturday. That's our large risk of severe weather. It's going to get pretty active this weekend. Unfortunately, I'm going away Friday and Saturday, so I will not have any live streams. And that also includes the tropical storm coverage, by the way. There's going to be a tropical storm making landfall near North Carolina on Friday night and a Saturday morning. So unfortunately, I won't be live for that, but that is another event that is going to be happening this week and weekend. So that tropical storm that's just east of Florida, that's what we're looking at right now. But I'm going away Friday and Saturday. Pre-planned trip. Look at this, by the way, over Denton right now. We have a Denton live cam. Let's pull that up. I might have to go ahead and close out of this real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up this. I got to pull up that live cam real quick, so I'll do that on my other monitor. We have a live cam in Denton, so we should have a view of this storm right now. Let's try to pull that up ASAP. We do have a live cam out of here, so we'll go and pull it up as soon as possible. Yeah, here's this live cam. It's going to be at the bottom right of your screen. There we go. This is that live cam. It's at the bottom right of your screen. We're going to go and put this... I don't even know where. I don't have anywhere else to put this. But this is a Denton live cam. We're going to put it right about here. That's the Denton, Texas live cam. It's just south of Denton. That's your storm. And this is, again, just off to the south. So it's going to be in Lantana, Texas. I'll go more full screen here for a second. But that's the live cam. So this is out of Denton right now. It is live. That's the storm that is strong, producing a lot of lightning. You actually could just see a flash there on the left side of your screen there for a second. But yeah, this is an area that we're watching for very closely, again, in Denton, Texas. So we will be pulling up this live cam. We're actually going to keep it there for now since Connor's going more to the south of the storms over in Kansas. We're going to stay on this live cam. Again, this is in Denton with that strong storm. And a lot of lightning again in the Sherman area. The severe thunderstorm warning has been canceled for the time being in Denison. But we are still looking at some rotation. It's hard to see on radar right now because a lot of that purple color showing up. But there has been at least some broad rotation over southern Denison. So again, there is a possibility for maybe a brief spin up, maybe a brief tornado. That's what we're looking at right now over the Denison area. A lot of lightning as well, and as well as that potential for hail and damaging winds. But these are pretty nasty storms right now. And you can see the lightning at the bottom right of your screen. Again, that is in the Denton, Texas area. Here's a more zoomed out look. Yeah, go back over to here real quick. Quarter-sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, again, are possible in the Denison and Sherman area. The storm that we're looking at right now has a lot of lightning. So make sure you're staying indoors if you're near these storms. Away from windows. Lowest floor possible if you're included in this warning. Any tornadoes in Alvarado, Texas? Alvarado should be fun. If you're anywhere south of I-20, I don't think we're really looking at much tonight. It's really primarily along and north of Route 380, which, if you're not familiar with that, it's right here. That's the main area I think we're going to see severe weather. We might see a storm or two, though, trickle down into the DFW area. So it's something to watch for. But a lot of the storm activity that we have right here is moving east. So that's what we're looking at mainly right now. Again, bottom right of your screen, that's our live cam out of Denton, or just south of Denton, Texas. So we do have a live cam there. We also have another live cam elsewhere. This is not in North Texas, but we have Connor Croft, Storm Chaser. He's over in northwest Kansas now on the other severe weather threat. Also, if you're coming from Facebook, make sure to share the stream around. We're going to keep you posted. We are going to probably cover a lot more of North Texas for the time being, as there's no other tornado warnings elsewhere. Alright. Can't type small screen. There you go. By the way, if you have any photos or videos of these storms, you can message me on Facebook at North Texas Weather Center. There's a link in the description if you don't have the link to that, but we are taking photos. We've had some photos already. One of the best photos that we've had so far was the storm that was forming over Denton. This is really the best view of the storm that we've had so far. And again, this is the storm that's at the bottom right of your screen now. But this is the storm right here. So again, the shooting up cumulonimbus clouds. And at the bottom there, that's all the rain that's falling underneath it. But again, these storms are exploding. Let's go to the Denton storm real quick. Not seeing any rotation there, which is good. Not really seeing a whole lot of rotation anymore near the Sherman storm. There has been a little bit of broad rotation than Denison storm. It's much broader, though. It's very weak at this point. That's the area, though, that I had the most concern there, at least briefly, for maybe a brief tornado. Not seeing nearly as much. I think if there is to be a tornado at this point, it would probably come off one of these discrete cells, which the one over Denton is discrete. So we'll have to see if that tries to evolve into anything. I think it's going to be tough for it to produce a tornado, but it's definitely in play at this point. Damaging winds are approaching Sherman, Texas as well. So winds are going to likely pick up. Hail is ongoing. Lots of lightning. Again, on Radar Omega, you can see all the lightning here. And you can also, again, download Radar Omega with the top link in the description below. It's a great radar app on iOS and Android. I get that question asked a lot. What's the best radar app? Radar Omega is. You can check it out, top link in the description below. I wish the Durant radar site will be up and running. Yeah, I know. I wish it was too. Hopefully it's up before the second severe weather season really kicks in. I mean, right now we're not really in the second severe weather season, I would say. It's usually more closer to October or November, but I'm not sure when it's supposed to be up. I thought it was supposed to be up a little while ago, but I guess not. Alright, let me check the lightning maps here. We currently have about 50 lightning strikes per minute in these storms. Again, there's a frequent amount of lightning over Denison and Sherman. A lot of lightning. It's a light show out there. It's about 1 strike per minute, pretty much, in terms of the lightning. And lots of lightning right now out of the storm. We do have a photo from Jasmine. This is the storm that's over near Sherman. So this is just south, I believe, of Sherman. So you can see the storm there. Again, photos come across blurry on Messenger. If you have any good photos, or photos in general, you should actually email me. My email's in the description. Probably a better way to do it, because I'm going to have some issues with the Facebook transition here. Alright. Yeah, discrete supercells are those, like, individual cells, you know, like this, for example. This would be a discrete supercell. It's a little semi-discrete, but it's one of, there's basically a storm that's individualized. Tornadoes in Denton? There's no tornadoes in Denton. We are looking at least at some gusty winds and small hail and some lightning. I would not say there's anything too crazy beyond that. This is the, I'm going to go full screen-ish to this. And this is just south, or yeah, this is looking north into Denton, but this is just south of Denton in Lantana, Texas. So this is our live cam right now. Not seeing anything too crazy from this live cam. We're not really looking directly into the storm. It's a little bit on the right side of this storm. We've seen some lightning on this as well, but the lightning's pretty infrequent. We're not really seeing a whole lot. There have been a few lightning strikes, and you can definitely see them if you look at the bottom right of your screen. They'll happen here and there, but that's what we're looking at right now in Denton, Texas. By the way, there are no longer any tornado warnings ongoing for those that are back over in Kansas and Nebraska. We do have plenty of severe thunderstorm warnings still ongoing, though. Look at all this lightning. I mean, it's actually insane how much lightning we have right now. Over the Denison area and Sherman, there is a boatload of lightning still happening with these storms. It's an unbelievable amount of lightning. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, this is in North Texas. Lots of lightning. Severe weather is continuing. Quarter-sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Bottom right of your screen is near the Denton, at least, Lantana, Texas live cam that we currently have. I have another photo that I'm going to post to Facebook, and I will show it on stream here in a second. I have to transfer it. I basically have to download the photos from my phone and put them over to Facebook, because I cannot get high-quality photos otherwise. Yeah, if you have any photos or videos, you can feel free to message me on Facebook or email me. All those links are in the description below. Doing a lot of multitasking. All right, here's that photo. I'm going to pull it up on here. It's nothing too crazy, I would say, but it is a kind of a little cool photo to see anyways. This is near McKinney. It's not actually really that close to the storms right now, but these are those ominous skies that we've been talking about. So, ominous skies here. Let's go a little bit more like that. Those are the ominous skies, though, over McKinney right now, or just near McKinney. We have a better view of those ominous skies on the I keep saying Denton live cam. It's not really Denton. It's more of McKinney. That's what we're looking at here. See there. Yeah, I'm not saying anything too crazy on that live cam, but here we go. But then hail, damaging winds, the main concerns. Lots of lightning. There is still a low-end tornado risk, so we're definitely going to stay here for that if there is any sort of tornado activity that develops out of these. Let's go back to the velocities again. Take a closer look at this real quick. Yeah, that's not rotation. All right. Just want to make sure. We had some broad rotation over Denison, Texas not too long ago. It weakened out pretty quickly. And then back near Denton, it's mainly some gusty winds. No rotation on the Denton storm right now, which is good news. The problem is with that Denton storm, it's a bit more discreet. So if it becomes any more organized, we'll have to watch for a tornado risk. But I would say if there's to be any tornadoes today, it would probably come out of this northern storm activity. So this line or cluster that you're kind of seeing here around Denton, that's the more concerning area. I do have a new severe thunderstorm warning now. That's for Denton and Corinth. So again, if you're in this new warning, seek shelter and away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. This is a brand new severe thunderstorm warning for Denton for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds and quarter-sized hail. This goes until 6:45 Central Time, about 35 minutes. Stay away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. Is the storm already past Gainesville? Yeah, Gainesville is pretty much done on the storm end for a little bit. You'll notice here, again, the storms are mainly to your east. There's still a little bit of storm activity near you, but more than anything, it's just rain. Let's go over to the computer models real quick. I do want to see if anything's changed on the computer model side of things. Not sure if we're going to see a second round of storms. It was hinted a little bit, but it doesn't look like we will. All right. Gotta say, that was one of the things we were watching out for, was if these storms didn't really come to fruition this afternoon, we actually could have saw a second round of storms. I don't think we're going to, though. There might be another chance of storms in the morning. You can see here. So there will be another chance of storms in the morning across North Texas. So we're basically looking at this round of storms. This is the main event, and then we'll be watching for another round tomorrow morning. Look at that hail core, by the way. It's blowing up over Crum right now. We do have a hail core developing now near Crum. There's a hail core now developing over Crum, Texas. Again, it's moving east. We have some new photos coming in. I'll be showing you to them, or showing you them at ASAP. This is a view out of, let me see where this is. This is out of Argyle, I believe. see a little bit of a lowering, it looks like. A couple of photos of that. Looks like maybe a small lowering. By the way, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Like the stream as well. It does help get this out to more people. And also, again, today's live stream is brought to you by Radar Omega. You can download it with the top link in the description below. Best radar app on the iOS and Android store. Again, there's links to both iOS and Android in the description below. Make sure to check it out. Appreciate them sponsoring today's live stream. Again, that's what we're currently using. It's a great radar app with computer models, live radar feed, satellite, everything that you need for a perfect weather forecast. Check it out. Top link in the description below. Just had a turkey club. That sounds good. Welcome back, Skilled. All right, let me go back over to here real quick. Again, this severe thunderstorm warning does include a very large population, by the way. About 620,000 people here in Denton County. It's Louisville, Highland Village, Corinth, Argyle, Denton, Crum, Aubrey, as well as Providence, Little Elm, The Colony, and Hebron are all included in this severe thunderstorm warning. Flower Mound is not included in this severe thunderstorm warning right now. The main area of hail that we're looking at is going to be back up here near Crum. So right in here, that is our hail core. It's going to be moving into Denton over the next several minutes. That's the main area that we're watching right now in that storm. And then it's not producing a lot of lightning, by the way. So that's one thing that's, I guess, somewhat nice about the storm. But the storms that are producing a lot of lightning are back up near Denison and Sherman. A boatload of lightning happening near Sherman, Howey, and Denison. Hail core as well. Not a whole lot of hail, I'd say, but there's at least a little bit. And we also have a flash flood warning now in effect for Sherman and Denison the next couple hours. There's been a lot of rainfall there. It looks like there's going to be more to come for the next hour. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. We'll do a little loop. Yeah, there's definitely a hail core developing there near Crum. We're going to see if that evolves in anything. But that would be the area that we're watching for an increased risk for larger hail. So we'll be watching that very closely over the next several minutes. Not much in southwest Minnesota over the weekend. Probably not much, no. I think you'll be fine. But the best chance of you seeing anything would be on Saturday. But even then, I don't think we're going to see much. And maybe even tomorrow. But again, it won't be probably anything too crazy. Is there a lot of hail going to Denton? I wouldn't say there's a lot of hail. Let's check out the correlation coefficient here. There actually might be. I'm going to see if we have any reports here. Because the correlation coefficient's picking up on a good amount of hail. I haven't had any confirmation yet of hail, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lot more hail there. Again, the correlation coefficient is showing some resemblance of some hail, but it's a little bit kind of to be determined at this point because it's a bit more of a rural area here of Denton County. It's west of Denton. It's a little bit more rural. So we'll basically see if we get anything in the next few minutes. If you have any reports of your own, again, you can feel free to message me on Facebook, tweet me on Twitter. All those links are in the description below. I know a lot of you that are probably watching are from North Texas Weather Center. We have a lot of photos coming in right now. And I'm going to try to post as many as possible here. A lot of multitasking right now. All right, let me get some more of these photos. We have more photos coming out of these storms. There is a hail core over Crum that is trying to materialize. Here's a closer look at Crum. Again, hail core is located right over downtown Crum. So if there's hail falling out of this, we will know from most likely our viewers here in the next few minutes. I really need to get somebody to post on Facebook. So much multitasking on these live streams. All right, that is posted. Here's another photo that we have that just came out of the North Texas area in Collinsville, Texas. Go and show you this. This is the Collinsville storm. Look at this thing. Wow. This is pretty crazy. And that's in Collinsville. Yeah, this is not a live view, this is just a photo, but Crazy looking storm right there. And here's the live cam out of Denton. We haven't really seen much over the last several minutes, but that's the live cam. So, again, you can see the dark skies. We're not really seeing anything too crazy. That's in Lantana, Texas, specifically. So it's not in Denton, but you know what I mean. We'll be watching to see if anything comes out of that area. The Lantana area, by the way, is down here just south of Cordyth. It's near Argyle, just east of there. So we're looking pretty much into the storm. It's looking north, but we're not seeing anything too definitive right now in terms of the actual storm yet, but we'll see. Let me go back over to here. We'll zoom out a little bit. Severe thunderstorm warning has been condensed. If you're back up near Sherman, Howie, Tom Bean, we're still looking at hail, but it's probably not going to be quarter size anymore. It's likely to be less than that. 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds also remain possible in the Hilton, Sherman, Dorchester, Howie areas. So again, stay away from windows and on the lowest floor possible if you're included in that warning, just for the damaging wind threat. And if you're back over in Denton, again, we have a hail core developing near Crum. Back near Howie, again, there is some wind threat there, but it's a little bit less definitive. It's more near Sherman, the higher velocities, those brighter red colors. That's going to represent the higher wind speeds. Again, over Denton right now, we are looking at least at a thunderstorm with not a lot of lightning, but we're looking at that hail core more than anything. Right in here, that's where we're watching for hail. So that'll continue to move off to the east. Am I feeling any better? I'm still congested. I don't have a sore throat anymore, so I'm not going to lose my voice easily, at least. On a live stream, so there's not really a time limit on this one. A couple days ago there was, because I had more of a sore throat, but I'm feeling a little bit better in that regard, but I'm definitely still congested. And this storm has a pretty good chance of at least producing some hail. Seeing if we have any reports that have been confirming hail at this point. We have not had any confirmation of hail yet. And I would not be surprised if we get one of those confirmations here at some point soon. I have another photo that just came in. See if we have any details on this one. Wow, we have a lot of crazy photos. There's a lot of hail falling in Crum. That's been confirmed at this point. So we do have a lot of hail falling in Crum. That's confirmed. I'm trying to get the photo here in a second. But I do now have at least photo evidence of hail. It doesn't seem to be super large, at least from this photo. It's going to be a bit blurry, but kind of bear with me here. The middle of your screen, you're looking at a lot of hail on the ground there. So, again, that's all hail. Looks to be in the smaller variety, so probably less than a quarter size, but there could be some quarter-sized hailstones mixed in there. That hail core is blown up quick, folks. That's getting big. The big hail core forming now. Yeah, there's a lot of hail falling with this storm. Yeah, if you're near the Denton area, if you know anybody near Denton, make sure that they're aware of this. There's a hail core quickly developing on this. Yeah, this is in Denton area. We have a lot of hail falling. Wish I had a better way to get these photos sent over to me, but yeah, there's a lot of hail falling for sure. It looks to be smaller right now, but it very well could grow in size. Correlation coefficient is picking up on that hail core, by the way. It's right there. Hail core is going to be just west of Denton, and it's going to be moving into Denton over the next several minutes. Let's go motion here. You can see right there. It's going to probably clip the northern side of Denton. So if you're on the northern side of Denton, that's where the better chance is for a threat of hail, at least. So that's where we're looking at more of the hail threat. We could see that materialize a little bit along Route 380 as it moves directly east. So that's what we'll be watching for, that hail threat. How about Durant? Durant's probably not going to see much more tonight. Well, let me zoom out a little bit. Here's Durant. I mean, you're not going to see a whole lot more at this point. Strong storm activity. There's some lightning in the area. I'd say the main concern from here on out is really this discrete cell over Denton. That's really concerning. It could easily intensify further. The lightning as well and the damaging wind threat associated with the storms near Sherman and Bonham are going to be also a concern for sure. And yeah, that's really the main concern right now with these storms. But the Denton storm in particular, producing some damaging winds and hail moving toward McKinney. It's not a super quick moving storm either, so it's at least good news for preparation purposes. It's happening in Fort Worth. Nothing's happening in Fort Worth right now. All the activity right now is to your north. But there's definitely a chance for at least some isolated storm activity at some point down the road. Yeah, I'm getting another video. A lot of hail falling in Crum. Wow, look at the look at this. This is out of Denton right now. I didn't realize this. That's the storm in Denton. You can see on the right side of your screen the storm structure. And this is looking right into the storm. Look at the left side of your screen right there as well. That's the storm right there. Wow. We're going to have that at the bottom right of your screen. We'll go back to it whenever needed, basically. But that's the storm right now. That's a Denton live cam that we have. We're up to golf ball sized hail. All right, golf ball sized hail now on this storm. We have now confirmation, by the way, of golf ball sized hail moving toward Denton, Texas. I have photos now of golf ball sized hail that's moving now toward Denton, Texas. Again, if you're in Denton, seek shelter and away from windows. This is a photo of the hail that we've seen. That is in the proximity, at least, of golf ball. There's a lot of hailstones, too. This is again in Crum, which is where the hail core is. Another photo here. That is definitely golf ball sized hail now. So again, notice right there, that's your golf ball sized hail that is now moving into the northern side of Denton, or it's about to. This is your hail core right here. That's where the largest hail is falling, near Route 380 and Interstate 35. Moving to the east. They'll be moving into Denton here over the next several minutes. Well, that is some substantial hail now moving into the Denton area. And up to golf ball sized hail now falling. The storm's up near Sherman. Again, a lot of lightning. Not nearly as severe. This storm in Denton is unfortunately has become the most concerning storm to this point. It's producing some substantial hail, and it very well could get larger as it moves to the east. And we have a lot of photos coming in, too. I'm trying to keep up with all the photos here. Wow. I have a full-blown video now. All right, I'm gonna get a video here. Definitely stay tuned for the video, as long as I can show it, which I should be able to. But I have a video that is actually kind of crazy with this storm, so I'll be sending that to you guys, or showing you guys in a second. And this is over Denton right now. This is the storm. Somebody just asked me by messages, is there rotation? There's no rotation with this right now. It is much more of a hailstorm right now than anything. And we have more photos coming in that are really crazy. I'm going to try to get another one on screen here in a second. Again, bottom right of your screen, that is a live cam out of Denton, Texas. Really good view of it. I will be going full screen of that again here in a second. If you're just tuning in, this storm in Denton is producing golf ball sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. We do have confirmation now of that hail being that large, by the way. So that has been confirmed to this point. We do have hail that is upwards of golf ball size. Potentially larger. We'll have to wait and see how this kind of evolves as it moves to the east. I'm trying to see where this photo went. There was a certain photo that I wanted to post and show. I don't know where it went, though. Might be further down. I think I lost it. I did lose it. I lost it. All right. Again, this is the storm right now that we're watching, and Denton is producing golf ball sized hail. Stay away from windows. Has there been any baseball sized hail? Not out of this storm in particular. At least as of now. Again, I'm still waiting to see if we have any other new reports. If you have any photos or videos, again, you can message me on Facebook. Holy cow. Yeah, there are some crazy videos with this storm. But again, you can message me on Facebook. You can email me. Those are the best ways to do it. Those are all in the description below. This hailstorm right now is basically over the downtown area of Denton. Let's see if we have any confirmation of larger hail here. Yeah, we've had large hail over Crum. We are starting to get reports now of pea-sized hail in the Denton area. But that has just been relayed to this point. But it's just beginning. That's on the southeast side, by the way. Here's a full screen view again of the storm. This is out of Lantana, Texas. This is our live cam view out of Lantana. And you can see the storm at the top of your screen, or right side of your screen. That is the storm. It's from Lantana looking northward into the storm. That'll continue to be at the bottom right of your screen. Not a whole lot of lightning, which again, I've said a lot of times now. There's not really any lightning with this, but there is a ton of hail at this point. So that's the biggest concern right now with this storm in particular. And I'm waiting that video, by the way, so just stay tuned. The video is pretty crazy. I just need an email of it because I can't do it through Facebook. Let's see if I can find another photo. There's a photo that I wanted to show. I need to find it here. This is another cool photo. It's going to be a bit blurry, but this is a photo of a double rainbow actually right here. You can see it in the middle of your screen. This is out of DFW as well, or just north of DFW. This is near Sherman. We've had a double rainbow, which I'll probably post on Facebook at some point. That's from Amanda Ross. We've had some cloud to ground lightning, but most of the lightning, again, has been back up near Sherman. This is a live view of the entire region here. So back near Sherman, there's a lot of lightning, outflow-driven storms. They are definitely becoming overall weaker up there. The unfortunate part about everything is that we have this one discrete cell that's back down here near Denton that is definitely a bit more on the severe side of things, producing golf ball-sized hail. So, unfortunately, this will continue to ramp up and move off to the east. We have sirens going off in Denton. In Denton County, I believe sirens go off for really any severe weather. Golf ball-sized hail definitely would warrant that for their particular reasoning. Yeah, my sore throat's gone. I'm congested, though. So I'm still sick, but not nearly as much as before. I've been sick since Friday, so it's been about a week now, unfortunately. Yeah, if you have any photos or videos, you can send them in to me on Facebook Messenger or by email. I'm still awaiting that one video that I wanted to show. It might take a few minutes because it was like a minute long. There's a crazy video, though, out of Crum that showed all the hail and wind. And we'll be posting that probably to Facebook as well later. Wow. It's out of Bells, Texas. Cloud to ground lightning right there. Look at that. Right in Bells. I can't believe that timing of taking that photo, unless this was a video. That's pretty crazy timing. Out of Bells, Texas. It's from Linda Rush. Yeah, in Crum particularly, there's a lot of hail. We still have that hail core right now over the Denton area. Yeah, it's right in here. That is your hail core. Smaller hail will probably be over Denton. Larger hail will probably be right along Interstate 35. New hail report of $half sized hail in Denton. I'm starting to get a lot of photos now. But in Denton particularly, there has now been confirmation there of golf ball sized hail in Denton. I'm going to post a photo of that as well. Or sorry, $half sized hail, I think I meant to say. But there has been golf ball sized hail also confirmed in Crum. I have a clear photo now of the golf ball sized hail, so I'll be showing that to you guys here in just a moment. Thank you, Tara. I don't know if you're watching the stream. Appreciate it. All right. Here's the photo. This is the photo. I'll be showing it to you right now. We do have a photo now out of crumb of the golf ball sized hail. Again, hail is being reported upwards of at least $half size now in Denton. But this is the best photo that we've had basically so far today in terms of the hail. That is really the clearest you're going to get in terms of a dimension and measurement. But that's the golf ball sized hail out of Crumb, Texas. That right there. No problem. Again, I'm doing a lot of multitasking. I run North Texas Weather Center for those that are not familiar. So I do have two things to do. I'm posting on Facebook and posting on, or doing stuff on here at the same time. So there's a lot of multitasking. Yeah, that's a very good measurement there. Great photo too. Good thing they had a golf ball. A lot of people play golf in North Texas, so usually pretty easy to find golf balls. A further reminder, if you're just tuning in for the first time, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Do live streams like this all the time. Make sure to like the stream as well. It does help get this out to more people. And also, again, today's live stream is brought to you by Radar Omega. That is what we're currently using to bring you this coverage. Make sure to check out Radar Omega with the top link in the description below. If you need a weather radar on your phone, this is the best one by far. You can check it out, top link in the description below. It's on iOS and Android. Appreciate them sponsoring today's live stream. Again, I honestly love this app, and I cannot recommend it enough. Thank you, Guy, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that a lot. Arlington tornado chances. I don't think we're going to see any tornado risk south of this basically county line of Collin County and Dallas County. I don't think we're going to see any of that activity down there. And I don't know if we're really going to see a whole lot of severe weather near DFW to begin with. I think a lot of that activity will stay up to the north. So that's my thinking, at least. I think it'll be all right down there. Tornado risk is overall pretty low to begin with. I think it's going to be staying very low. We're looking at more of hail, lightning, and wind. Those are the main concerns at this point. Any hail pics for Denton? I just showed one. I'll show it again real quick. Again, this is the hail photo out of Crumb, Texas. So, again, this is the photo that we just had sent in. Again, if you have any photos of your own, you can tweet me on Twitter. You can also send it in on Facebook Messenger. At MaxVelocityWX on Twitter, North Texas Weather Center on Facebook. Those are the places to send it. And make sure to share posts on Facebook as well. Help get this out to more people. And we are live here on YouTube. We're doing a lot of multitasking. So, but again, we have now confirmation of at least $half sized hail in Denton at this point. Southern side of Denton. So basically, this is what we're looking at. $half sized hail at least has been confirmed in here. Down in here, it's been around like 0.25 inches. So I'll just kind of make a little outline here. Let me do a better job here. So this is about 0.25 inches in this area. That's where we're seeing reports of basically pea-sized hail. Up in here where the main hail core is, this is where we're seeing upwards of 1.75 inch diameter hail, which again would be $half to golf ball sized hail in that range. So 1.25 to 1.75 diameter hail. That's what we're looking at, basically on the northern side of Denton, which is what I've been kind of saying for the last like 10 to 15 minutes, or at least about 5, 10, 15 minutes ago. I mentioned that would be the area that we're looking at for that larger hail. Be a little bit smaller the further south you go. The storm now is just north of Argyle. Argyle's no longer in the warning. It looks like the storm will be avoiding Highland Village as well, but you'll have a very good view of it from wherever you are. And once you have that good view, if you get any photos, feel free to send it in. Here's the live cam view again out of Denton right now. You can see the storm on the right side of your screen. That is the storm. And that is a live view out of just south of Denton. Again, this is in Lantana, Texas. That's a very good view of the storm. Again, we'll keep it at the bottom right of your screen. Quarter-sized hail on Highway 77 near I-25. That has just been reported. So that is the latest out of Denton of quarter-sized hail on Highway 77 near I-25. I believe it meant I-35. Could be wrong. Golf ball-sized hail remains possible. Really, where the golf ball-sized hail will be, again, would be right in that black area there that you see at the top of your screen. So it's just on the north side of Denton, moving to the east. I do recommend staying in your safe place for the next few minutes, away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. All right, I'm going to see if we have any other photos coming in. In near the Denton High School, we're getting some photos of hail on the ground. Looks to be around pea-sized hail, so a bit smaller in that area. Yeah, that's what I was saying before too. There's not a lot of lightning with these storms. It's kind of like weird, you know. You usually have thunderstorms with a lot of lightning. These are not producing that much lightning. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of lightning. The storms that are producing a lot of lightning, though, are actually back up in the Sherman area, but these have also they're really not producing a lot of lightning anymore. They were producing a lot more lightning previously, though. Wow. We have some photos of huge hail. There might have been upwards of baseball-sized hail in Crum. We have a photo that is upwards of baseball size. I will be showing this in a second. I don't know the exact measurement. I'll ask. It's no flying trampoline. Now, this is not a flying trampoline. I know a lot of you guys are used to flying trampolines. This is a possibly baseball-sized hailstone right here in the middle of your screen. It might be. It looks to be about that large, but it's kind of hard to tell. I'm going to see if they have a measurement of it. It's harder to tell until we actually have a measurement. But that is upwards of baseball-sized hail right there. That was in Crum. Again, this is the hail core that we're talking about that could be producing hail upward of potentially even baseball size. We have another photo of about baseball-sized hail. Let's see if we can get a measurement from this person as well. I think a couple people reporting at least upwards of baseball-sized hail. We'll see. Looks like at least up to baseball. Could be perspective too, we'll see. That doesn't look to be, I don't think that's golf ball. At least the one on the left looked to be golf ball. One on the right might be upwards of, possibly upwards of maybe tennis to baseball sized hail. Anything for Dallas? Dallas will be fine. I'd still stay alert for the next hour, but I think Dallas will not be really in the path of the worst of these storms, in my opinion. All North Texas. Yeah, it's pretty much all North Texas. We are still covering other severe weather action. I mean, this storm, for example, this is not in North Texas, but this is back over in, back over in Kansas. You can see the huge storm right there.
Looks like it's fighting a couple stable layers.
Yeah, we are still kind of covering that stuff. Yeah, bottom right of your screen, that is a Denton live camera. It's in Lantana, to be specific. Yeah, I mean, this is all different photos here of the hail, too. It looks to be tennis ball size. I mean, at least for what I'm seeing. Somebody else just said I didn't measure, but it looks like it be about 2.5 inches. So that's what we're looking at. It looks to, I mean, it looks to be somewhere in the range of potentially some baseball-sized hail out of Crum, at least tennis ball-sized hail. That just happened in Crum, Texas. I mean, that was a huge hail core there for a second. It still is, by the way. Still producing a lot of hail on the north side of Denton. Yeah, not confirmed, but it is definitely in the ballpark of baseball-sized hail, tennis ball-sized hail for sure. Yeah, that's the hail core. It's moving to the east. Still a pretty impressive storm. If you're in Prosper and McKinney, you'll be next in track for this storm. You can also use the Radar Omega volumetric radar that they just added. This is the 3D radar. We can resemble this storm on that. This is the full screen view of it on the volumetric radar. And you can see that right there at the bottom of your screen. That's the storm itself. And we can see the elevation of how high this goes. And it goes upwards of about 47,000 feet. So it's a pretty tall thunderstorm. About 47,000 feet up of that hail. Or of that storm, excuse me. It's a pretty large storm for sure. No videos of hail. I do have a video of it, but I do have a video of hail. I just haven't gotten an email to me. Yeah, we are getting confirmation now of tennis ball sized hail that has been confirmed with this storm to this point. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. The hail core now is on the northeast side of Denton, by the way. It's that pink and black area that you're seeing. Moving to the east. But we now have confirmation again. We've had photos of it already sent in. But this storm is now producing upwards of tennis ball sized hail, which is really large, by the way. For whatever reason this year, we've had a lot of large hail in North Texas. Yeah, we've had photos of upwards of tennis ball sized hail at this point. There's been a lot of photos of it. I've at least had 2 people send in photos, but I've seen a couple others on Twitter now. It's also been confirmed by WFAA from, I'm guessing, some of their viewers as well. Post this on Facebook as well. And by the way, if you need any roof replacement, check out Platinum Contracting. The stream's not brought to you by them, but they are really good if you're in the DFW area. Platinum Contracting, all dents repair if you have any car damage. Definitely check them out. Let's see what this name was. Robert. I'll be posting that in a few minutes. How are we looking for Paris so far? Paris shouldn't be too bad. You're looking mainly at a damaging wind threat with lightning. That's basically about it. I don't think it will be very severe, though. So maybe a little bit of small hail. It won't be anything too crazy. I think really the main activity at this point will be this discrete cell. A lot of this activity up here it's been weaker. It was strong initially, very severe with damaging winds, hail, a lot of lightning, even a little bit of rotation at one point. And there's also a flash flood warning, which is not good. But those are the main concerns right now, would be damaging winds if that does end up intensifying again. How's it going, Brady? Yeah, again, this storm over Denton is really the most concerning at this point. We'll see if it can stay alive. It looks to be weakening just a smidge. We'll see if it continues that trend or not. It's going to be kind of hard to tell whether it will continue to weaken or not. Gotta finish your carport, no problem. There have been a lot of carports that have had issues. Especially with wind. Seen a lot of damage from that sort of stuff. Alright, we do have a video. I don't know if this is the one that I was trying to get sent earlier. It is. This is the crazy video from earlier. Yeah, we'll stay on this. Let's go to put the volume on. I don't know if my I'm on desktop, right? I gotta change my properties real quick. Let's see. I believe it's speakers. I could be wrong. Let's see if this works. Yeah, you can see all the hail falling right there. A little bit of a laggy video, but it's all the hail falling again in Crum, Texas. Just tons of hail. It was also pretty windy. You can't really see it very well. It's a little bit of a laggy video. Yeah, that's a lot of hail. And that was in Crum, Texas about 20 minutes ago or so. Wasn't even that long ago. And here's the view of Denton now. Look at Denton. Bright sky is starting to open up now. After that storm is now moving by. I just accidentally flipped the dimensions. There we go. Latest radar scan, by the way, does indicate a bit of a weakening storm now. There's no longer a severe thunderstorm warning, so it doesn't seem as if they will continue a severe thunderstorm warning on this storm. So it's no longer severe. Look at this. This is another photo out of Crum. Gives you the representation there of a lot of hail. It's literally what that is. A lot of hail. I'm gonna have so many photos to post on Facebook. It's not even funny. We've had a lot of photos sent in. A lot of cool rainbow photos, too. Yeah, that's the photo out of, again, Crum, Texas. They saw a lot of hail there. Yes, yeah. Severe weather season is upon us. It is back in action. Second severe weather season. Starting a little bit early, too. Salina doesn't look too bad right now. I think it'll be more of a gusty wind, small hail sort of thing, unless the storm tries to intensify again. Again, if you have any photos or videos, you can feel free to message me on Facebook. Again, you can tweet me on Twitter, email me. All those are in the description below. Again, this storm is no longer severe, so I think we're done with severe weather in North Texas for at least the time being. Unless this storm intensifies again, which doesn't seem as if it will. We'll have to wait and see. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in about a minute or two, so stay tuned. Be right back.
Break button down below and subscribe. That way you never miss an accurate and honest forecast from Max Velocity. Also, make sure to hit that bell icon and click all so you receive all notifications when I go live or I have a video forecast for you. Also, hit the like button down below as well. Helps our page out a lot. And if you're feeling generous and you want to support our page above and beyond, you can become a member for as little as $2.99 per month. All you need to do is click that little join button and you can select from 4 different tiers, which will give you different benefits from bloopers access to exclusive forecasts. You will also get a shout out here on our live stream. We'll be right back.
Oh, we're back. That was our first break of the evening. Severe weather looks to be done, at least for the time being, in North Texas. Again, we had a lot of crazy stuff that just happened, but it does look like it's winding down for the DFW area, which is good news. We've got a lot of good photos, too. And a lot of you, for those that are watching from North Texas Weather Center, we'll have a lot of photos up over the next hour and over the next hour or two, with all the latest on the rainbows and the different hailstones. Again, we've had a lot of different photos and also videos. So a lot of that stuff will be uploaded to the page over the next couple of hours. Again, a lot of multitasking is going to be going into that. Quick update for those that are back up in Kansas and as well as Nebraska. I'm not seeing anything too crazy right now. We got a little hailstorm ongoing with a tornado possible label near Blue Hill. It's a weakening storm overall. Near McCook, we also have a storm ongoing here. This has been ongoing for hours at this point. I mean, it's been ongoing since we started this live stream. This is still producing a lot of hail and damaging winds. It's moving very slowly to the east. And then where Connor Croft is at the bottom right of your screen, the Storm Chaser with us tonight. He's on this storm, which is a strong storm, but not severe. So he's currently heading to that storm. We actually have a very good view of that. Let's go full screen to this. See the live view of that
like
storm, really cool out in space.
We can't barely even have
That's the storm that's over parts of western Kansas.
Like it hates. Dude, it's still blowing up.
Thanks, American Patriot. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is our new setup for the fall and winter and spring, pretty much.
See that?
Yeah.
Again, it all comes from a laptop. I said this before, but we literally run our live streams for the last few years off a laptop. It actually helps a lot when I'm traveling.
Here didn't look like it was too dry.
I can do live streams and stuff from other places.
Well, the name is the dry
busy. Let me see. I think we have some other photos as well.
It's very
So, try to get over to my other monitor here in a second.
fitting. I'll take a rap song in here at 8 p.m. and look at it.
Yeah, we have some other photos here. I'll be posting some other photos to our page, and I'm also going to be showing you guys some other photos. Just a second.
Too dry. I mean, it has like a nice.
Actually got some cool rainbow photos as well. Let's see which photo I need here.
Dude, I wonder if you make a risk tomorrow.
A friendly reminder, if you're just tuning in, make sure to subscribe to the page, like the stream.
Play the dry line.
Again, if you've not already, you need a Radar app. Make sure to check out Radar Omega. You can download it with the top link in the description below. That is Radar Omega. It's on iOS and Android. That's what we've been using throughout this entire live stream. You can check it out. It has satellite imagery as well as computer models. The volumetric radar, the 3D radar, just came out. Make sure to check it out. Top link in the description below on iOS and Android. It's only $8.99, but again, it's 100% worth it.
Looks like it's
Highly recommend it.
Like it's not going up or down.
Check it out. Top link in the description below. I do appreciate them sponsoring today's live stream. It does go a long way. Alright, this photo will be going up in a second, and I'll be showing you guys in a second. We got a little rainbow photo. And also, probably going into next severe weather season, for North Texas in particular, we will be having somebody manage the Facebook side of things so I can focus more on the live stream aspect. So that'll be coming in the next, or basically in the spring. So just want to kind of throw that out there because it's a lot of multitasking. You can tell. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I think we posted about 12 times in the last hour on Facebook.
Pictures, that probably means it doesn't look great.
A lot of multitasking. Yeah, don't fall for roofing scams, but again, I highly recommend Platinum Contracting. In my opinion, they're very honest.
Cool. Like, the closer you get
Highly
to
recommend them
cooler it
in
looks.
North Texas if you need any roofing help.
Rest in peace.
Especially since it's very busy there today. Again, we've had upwards of tennis ball sized hail. It's been obviously crazy stuff in the North Texas area. For sure.
Look how high based it is too.
I even have the audio on. There we go.
That's just what happens when it doesn't rain.
It's so cool though.
Bottom's mainly lightning, some gusty winds, and some small hail.
LP super cell.
That's about it. Not really looking at much else there.
It's like the tiniest. You can't have nice things in September.
It's a really cool storm. As you just said, I mean, it's actually a pretty cool storm.
I hope Saturday.
I'm not exactly sure what his location is here, but I'm pretty sure he's either on Interstate 70 or he's on Route 83.
Going on the south side towards Danbury, and then you just have
It's a very small baby storm. It's a strong storm, but it has a cool structure there.
Ready to go.
Platinum Contracting is the best. I highly agree. Asheville, Georgia. Georgia should be fine. We're gonna see anything too crazy there.
Oh, she's done.
She's done.
She's done. Gosh, look at that missile.
That is
Holy
spectacular. I'm just gonna go down here. This little farmstead thing.
Gosh, look at that
That's
missile.
been rose milk. Yeah, this road anyway. So just like cold as it.
Dude, I mean, at least the convection.
Like that is.
How's your sickness?
Dude, if it could
I'm
look
doing
like
a little
this
bit
in
better.
an hour, that'd
Like
be
I would say
fine.
80-ish%.
That's insane.
It's insane.
Dude, if it could look like
Like it's just a tiny supercell.
That's literally it for the storm. That's actually kind of crazy.
little
But
storm
I
that
still have a, I'm still congested, but I don't really have a sore throat anymore. So. Doing better.
Just can't do it.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Which again is why I've been live for so long. I mean, we had a live stream for North Texas a couple
look at
days
that
ago,
new
and
convection still
I
going.
know, I don't believe
that sore
it,
throat kind of held me back because I didn't want to lose my voice. So
Dude, as long as it doesn't look wispy in the middle, it's still
I
going.
don't believe it.
Eastern Iowa, Eastern Iowa won't really see anything probably until Saturday or Sunday
Dude, as long as it doesn't
in terms of at least severe
It doesn't
weather.
have help. It needs.
Again, I
needs
probably
a
will have a
little
video tomorrow. Again, I made a. Can't get my charger. But I made a video. Our winter forecast of 2023-2024 will be coming out either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Stay tuned for that. It might be tomorrow, and if it comes out tomorrow, that means I will not have an update on the severe weather Saturday or Sunday. If it doesn't come out tomorrow, then I will have a severe weather update
thing is, if it's
tomorrow at some point.
In the mid-level.
I'll have a video.
Is that tail cloud?
But our winter forecast will officially be
Thing is,
released
I
to
don't
the
want to
public
get south of it if it's gonna die.
on.
It's gonna die. We're gonna head back north.
Let me just go to this real quick. But I'll have a the winter forecast will be coming out sometime this weekend. It's an amazing winter forecast. I put a lot of effort into it actually. We have a full-blown intro and everything, so hopefully you enjoy it. All members can watch it, so if you're a member of our YouTube channel, you can get a preview to that. It's the entire video. Leave feedback in the comments. Check it out. If you're not a member and you want to support the page and watch the winter forecast before everybody else can, become a member with the join button down below. But that is officially out for members only, and then it'll be out to the public sometime this weekend. If it doesn't come out this weekend, it'll be on Monday or Tuesday of next week. It just depends on how things go. So, but I won't have any video on Saturday unless it's that winter forecast.
Look at that structure on the
That's what we're
left.
looking at. Then Sunday, there's a better chance. I might go live on Sunday. Better chance I go live than I have having a video, unless the severe weather is very minimal on Sunday.
It's up
I
to
don't know
you.
what the best
Basically,
angle
wait and see
I think it's from the front.
what kind of happens there.
Right?
I don't know.
No, it's trying to backbuild it. I think it's from the front. Right? No, it's trying to backbuild.
See if we have any other photos here. We've had a lot of different photos. I'm just trying to go through them and see what other ones I need to post here. That's some flying well, I haven't seen a flying trampoline yet. Today is tossing trampolines on Tall Trees Thursday. By the way, today is the last tossing trampolines on Tall Trees Thursday of the summer.
Oh, here's on the right side.
Just want to throw that out there.
Look at that forced. Look at the forced updraft.
Yeah, I just don't believe it.
Unfortunately, the last tossing trampolines on Tall Trees Thursday is done after today of the summer.
Alright, chat. My bad. Look at that, guys. Look at that baby soup.
You want to see what the north one looks like?
Look at that. Look
It's
at
a
that,
really cool looking
chat.
storm, by the way.
It
It's,
is blowing
it's so
up.
small, and it's out in the central
Dude, isn't it getting
plains,
a little
which is very
thicker,
flat.
Connor?
I don't know about
I
the
think
cool.
it got a little tiny thicker on the right
I
side.
don't know about that one, bruh.
It's blown up, though.
It's-
I
It's.
think it got a little tiny thicker on the right side. I think the best angle to view it would be on the south side since it's like moving north, right?
Probably.
We just got a large severe thunderstorm warning. Large severe thunderstorm warning for ping pong ball sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds near Danbury, LaBanyan. This is in northwest Kansas and as well as southwest parts of Nebraska. Main concern will be ping pong ball sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. Is the latest on this storm. Posting another photo here to Facebook. No problem, ladder. The layout's on Tornado. It's on Tornado Possible. Oh, did I have it on? Oh, my bad.
We can go south, maybe.
Yeah, it was on Tornado by accident, I think.
Now I'm just gonna go east.
Alright, let me post this to Facebook as well.
East means we can still go back north. And also back south. Looks dead.
Looks like it did 15 minutes ago.
Dude, it's still exploding from the bottom, though. I don't really understand what's going on with this thing.
Looks like it did 15 minutes ago.
Dude, it's still exploding from the bottom, though.
not. I mean, it's not gonna do any tornado thing, but it's gonna be cool. Obviously. My thing is like, how much are you really missing out onto the north?
How much?
So,
Alright.
I think this is actually
Cool.
Dude, look at how like forced that is.
Illinois, anything on that? Again, Illinois really won't see severe weather until
Definitely has like
Sunday. That's my thinking at this point. I don't think Saturday will be anything too crazy. But again, things could change, but it'll probably be Sunday if there's any severe weather there. Was there a tornado? I was gone for a bit. We haven't had any tornadoes that have been confirmed throughout this live stream. We may have had one in McCook or near McCook, like way earlier at the beginning or near the beginning of the stream, but otherwise we've had nothing really. It's been actually a little bit less active in terms of the tornadic activity that I expected, but there's been a lot more storm activity, so it's kind of a little bit of a leveling off situation. And usually when we get a lot more storm activity, tornadoes are a little bit harder to come by in this sort of setup because we have so much convection. It's all basically crossing into each other. If we only had that one discrete cell just keep rolling off to the east, no doubt there's going to be a tornado. I mean, there's no doubt, but we have so many storms that keep basically developing just south of that storm and colliding, and it's rotation just not there. And in North Texas, there's not a whole lot of sheep. That's really the main reason. Wow. That storm has died, literally. That storm that was producing up to tennis ball sized hail near Denton has legitimately just died. It's gone. That's actually kind of crazy. Being weakened out so fast.
Skinny, man.
Dude, if it were a little bit thicker,
Dude, it'd have a shot.
it's just the skinniest little updraft.
It's too. Gosh, that's a. Dude, if you could get some sunset colors, it's a wall hanger.
That storm died as soon as it got to my house. Literally. I actually, I'm kind of surprised how fast this thing died.
Started going like
Wow.
crazy and like had CGs just popping out.
I mean, this is the evolution of it. We can go back like 21 frames. I think that's when it started. Yeah, it was a little bit behind that. This started at about 5-ish? It's about 5:30. That's when it began. It went over Denton again. It produced that tennis ball sized hail, maybe baseball sized hail, and it just died.
Chad Casey's first picture.
That's
I was
pretty
like,
crazy.
I know it's not it. Like I mean, you know.
Go figure. That's all I gotta say. Go figure.
Dude, it's like going backwards.
Crazy stuff.
Is that good or bad? Or?
Well, that's kind of how it goes sometimes. Sometimes it goes
Maybe
like
the
this.
bottom will start like back going now. Is that good?
I like your optimism, man.
By the way, I do appreciate everybody watching today's stream. I really do. If you've been enjoying, make sure to subscribe and like the stream. Appreciate you
How
guys
we
all
doing, chat?
tuning in. It's been obviously a pretty active stream,
doing,
primarily
everybody?
for North Texas. There's been some activity in Nebraska and Kansas. It's just been very
Hanging in
rural
there?
areas. Had some crazy stuff though, obviously, and we've been enjoying it so far. And again, I did Connor Croft. That's who we're with right now
Ryan Shaw 30 seconds ago.
on the main screen with that storm that's back over in Kansas right now. That is completely fizzled out at this point. I don't think we're going to see anything too crazy here. The main storm is right up here at the bottom right of your screen. We're near Danbury and Indianola.
What in the world?
What the heck? This might be the
It was
weirdest
cloudy all
one I've
day, so that
seen.
might have been a factor. It was clear conditions in Denton. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the other problems, too. There's been a lot of convection. There was some rain in the morning. Let's go to the satellite imagery. Let's go full screen. This is the full screen look at the, we're going to probably do Southern Plains. Again, this is the satellite imagery on Radar Omega. We might have to go back really far in frames. Yeah, we have to go back really far. I don't know if this can be far back enough. We're going to see. This is a satellite imagery. This might go back to about 1 o'clock. We'll see here in a second.
Ooh, that's crisp. Those tops are crisp. Accelerating at an incredible rate of speed, but the problem is there's just not enough of a base, so it's...
You can see the bottom right of your screen, by the way. Look at that. It's the storm right there. This is back to about 3 o'clock. Doesn't go back too far, but again, you can see all this cloud activity throughout the day today. And that's kind of prevented the overall instability growing to a higher amount. And overall prevented really organized severe weather setup. Obviously, we saw some initiators around, what time? So it's about 4 or 5 o'clock. Most of the storm activity in here. But a lot of cloud cover, not really an organized setup overall. I mean, I wasn't expecting a full-blown outbreak by any means today across North Texas. I was expecting a little bit more severe weather in terms of damaging winds across southern Oklahoma. We didn't really see much of that. So, a bit of an interesting setup overall, but the one discrete cell that we saw over Denton County, that was it. We don't have any other discrete cells probably for tonight. I'd be surprised if another one fired off. We do have an outflow boundary going through Flower Mound, going into Tarrant and Dallas County, so maybe something will pop off of that thing, but I don't think anything will. I don't think there's enough of an environment there for that. Let me go back to the screen. James, if you're looking for a sponsorship, you can email me. The email's in the description below if that's what you're asking for. Storm right there. Again, this is near the Waukene area in Quinter in western Kansas. And off to the east.
That's Chad Casey.
That's Jake Thompson.
See, a bunch of people were down here.
So they must have saw
Cool
what we
little baby
saw.
storm.
Yeah.
Well, I call it baby shower.
Dude, it's just gonna blow up another thing of convection again. It's just gonna keep doing it until it just gets skinnier and skinnier every cycle. Dude, it's just gonna blow up another. Dude, is that a hail dump on the left?
Yeah, we've had a lot of crazy
Dude,
stuff.
I'll not
though.
be surprised if you got like look at the speed of that updraft.
No problem, Connie. Appreciate you tuning in. I've been staying hydrated, trust me. It's been brutal. I hate getting this illness because I've gotten it probably about 5 or 6
No matter the
times
size
in
of
the
the
last
super
year
solid
or
dynamics
two.
are still always
And
at
it always lasts about a week. And I can never get rid of it faster.
See, look, he's shooting up in another.
Usually it lasts about a full week though.
It's just gonna keep doing it
Unfortunately.
until it's dead.
Yep.
It looks stable.
Nothing better than eating some pizza and watching a Max Velocity weather live stream. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some food after this. I'm not sure what I'm gonna eat. I'm not sure what I'm gonna eat for dinner. Might get something DoorDash, we'll see. For this, believe it or not, I mean, I was in a rush to get food because
That makes no sense.
I wanted to go live, like, you know, really. Like, I was gonna, I mean, what time is it right now? It's about 8 o'clock Eastern time. So back at 5 o'clock, that's when I got dinner. I mean, I literally had about 25 minutes to eat until I went live, and I ended up getting McDonald's. Got a
Right idea
crispy
for execution.
with fries. Wasn't bad. That's what I had. It's about $5. $5 dinner. You beat that. Dallas, Texas gets severe weather on Saturday. It's my birthday party.
I know, dude. That has to be like a half an hour long.
Saturday. You might see something Sunday. Maybe sometime Saturday.
I think it looks better
Sunday
from
might be
the
a little
other
bit better
side
of a
from the back
chance.
of it.
But there is a chance for some severe weather. Don't know if we're gonna see it on Saturday though.
Yeah, it's heading towards us.
If we see it on Saturday, it'd probably be during the late afternoon. Here's what it looks like.
That
on
might be the
Future
smallest
Radar.
supercell I've ever seen. I think.
Go over to this screen here.
That might be the smallest.
This is what it looks like though. This is Saturday night.
I think.
So possibly a line of storms on Saturday night. That'd be damaging winds primarily. So I will be again on a trip Friday night into Saturday. I'll be back sometime Sunday. And I will have updates on North Texas Weather Center on Facebook still. It'll just be a bit more limited. That's my plan.
I'm gonna get the Waukene
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
and shoot on.
Really? That's a good idea.
Get back up to the other structure stuff by
If you
sunset.
have an Aldi store anywhere near you, they have very
So,
good fresh
I think it's
pizzas. I've
gonna
had their
make it
pizzas
sunset.
before. They're not bad.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Aldi's all across the country now, isn't it? Or is it only in certain states? Bob, if you want more information on that tropical storm, check out my video from today. That has all the information for
There's
you.
no force for it.
Today's video actually got like no views. I was surprised. I thought today's video would have a lot more views, but it really didn't. I kind of thought it would have more interest because of, you know, it being a tropical system making landfall in North Carolina.
You see so much upward
on
motion in like
Friday.
the
I don't
whatever
care a lot about views. I was
that
just
is a
kinda surprised. I
mesocyclone.
thought it was a bit more interesting,
Right?
but I guess not.
Yeah, so
But that's all the details for you anyways in that video. Average view duration though is really high in that video, so people that are watching it are obviously wanting to watch it, which is good. Yeah, that's my like least viewed video I think in like half a year. Not surprising. Is there a downburst with this storm? The one near Quinter, there might be some gusty winds, but I wouldn't say anything else otherwise. I mean, the storm that you're looking at right there, this is again in Kansas. It's not doing much. It's a very small little storm. It's kind of funny.
Oh my god.
It's the weirdest thing ever.
Check it out, my dad's there. Yeah, there will be some storm surge and stuff, so definitely monitor very closely. But yeah, all the details that you need are in that video. It's really, again, I thought it was a great video. I thought the details were fantastic.
It's the smallest sculpted supercell ever. Like, what?
The brownies while watching max velocity.
Look, man, all I'm seeing is the potential it could have had.
I had a brownie in like
all I see.
A while.
Watch, we start driving north and it just explodes.
Just go.
Yeah, that storm is pretty much dead.
What happened, honestly?
This is the other activity here too. And this has been the main storm. It's been ongoing for several hours now. It hasn't really done much at this point. But near Danbury and Lebannon, that's where we're looking at some pretty hefty hail. But that's pretty much about it. It's going toward Wilsonville.
Cat bus.
Come on, Oklahoma. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see much in Oklahoma either. This is the live radar. And all the storms are weak in North Texas now, if there are any storms, which the main ones are near bottom. Oklahoma's done. So severe weather is pretty much done across the southern plains, I think. Maybe some strong storms left. Tornado watch, we still got some activity up here. Got a couple storms producing some hail, damaging winds. But, yeah, overall, it's pretty much done, I'd say. Cloud looks like a leg for some reason. It kind of does. It looks like a foot.
Dude, it has the C shape now.
A little bit hard to see now, but it sort of does.
Yeah, that classic C shape.
Sort of does. Again, we've been using Radar Omega throughout this live stream. You can watch Storm Chasers on here. There's, at the top left of your screen, you can see there's a radar, computer models. They have like 8 different computer models. It's awesome. Satellite imagery, forecast graphics. They just had a big 5.2 update. You can check it out with the top link in the description below on iOS and Android.
Okay, that has to be one of the coolest.
Yeah, you can see like Brandon Kopic here, and as well as Vince Waelti. They're both live on the app. Again, I highly recommend Radar Omega. You can check it out. Top link in the description below. It is $8.99 on the iOS and Android store. 100% worth the $8.99. Again, just think of it as, you know, your cup of coffee. It's pretty much the price of it. That's for, by the way, that's like permanent. You know, it's not like a subscription for $8.99. It's a one-time payment. 100% worth it. Check it out. Top link in the description below. It's getting an all-in-one weather app for your iOS and Android devices.
That thing is hilarious.
Actually, yeah, sunset there, it looks like.
No, focus.
That's the storm.
That thing is hilarious. That is hilarious.
Small storm. Are we out of the clear of the 2% tornado risk? Yeah, I think it's done.
It's like the tiniest bell upcraft.
That one died. It's dead. All right.
Denton, Texas storm. The Denton, Texas storm died, literally. I mean, this is what it looks like now. I did a little loop of it before, but this thing is gone. It literally just... This is the evolution over the last, like, hour and 15 minutes.
What even is that?
I thought that was a tornado. Yeah. No, it's definitely not a tornado. It's a super tiny storm. Actually, it looks like there's a small rainbow in that storm, too. But that's the evolution of it. Again, it's pretty much a done storm at this point.
I hate it's like the stuff up north looks ugly.
Back to here. Possible to even count how many times you've said forecast. You can go back to my video. Our live channel, sorry, though, on the front of the page on the channel, it tells you how many videos I've had. Probably just go ahead and make the estimate based off how many videos I've had, because I basically said forecast every video. For sure it tells you.
Yeah, it's dead.
Yeah. There you go.
Darn. That might be the weirdest storm I think I've ever seen, though.
It's something. Got a lot of lightning on it, so even after dark, it should look cool.
Yeah, this is our first ever live stream with Connor Croft for Storm Chasing. We'll have him more in the future, by the way. So that's the plan. Vince Waelti, I'm not entirely sure about at this point. I've not really had a bunch of contact with him over the last few weeks, so we'll see what we're looking at on that end hopefully soon. I want to still use them for live coverage and all that. We'll wait and see. Perfect, but it's the plan at this point. Which Connor's a great Storm Chaser. He's younger, by the way. I'm pretty sure he's around 20. He's definitely younger, but he's very experienced. He's part of Team Dominator, so he's with Great Timmer.
Solo deck kicking in yet? Dang it, there's no storms for it to kick in for.
It's kicking in. There's like 30 knots from 0 to 3. Yep. Cat bust.
Yep.
Where's this? This is in western Kansas.
Tomorrow we're
live view.
battling.
Yeah, kind of winding down at this point. Severe weather overall is winding down. Not a lot of activity left. Got a couple storms still ongoing. Here's the view across the board. Got a couple storms ongoing. Nothing too out of the ordinary. A couple thunderstorms, and that's pretty much about it. Damaging winds being the main concern. Some large hail. That's the main threat. This is the storm though right here that they're on over Quinter. So it gets weaker now. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's stream. I mean, that's pretty much about it. We've gone through all the threat at this point. There's a little bit of severe weather left, but it's not much. Still stay safe. Make sure you're staying weather aware if you're anywhere across the Kansas and Nebraska area. Back down near North Texas and Oklahoma, things are winding down there, so I don't expect much more activity there. So that's what we're looking at overall. If you enjoyed today's stream and did something as simple as liking or subscribing, I do appreciate you a lot. But if you've not already, make sure to like the stream, subscribe if you enjoyed it. Again, if you want to support the page above and beyond and become a member for as little as $2.99 a month, you can also get the exclusive full winter weather forecast. You can check that out as well as a member. You can be any tier, and you'll be able to get access to that early before everybody else can see it. So check it out. Again, top link in the description below to join, or just click the join button down below. Again, thank you for Radar Omega for sponsoring today's live stream. If you want to download it, it's that top link in the description below. I highly recommend Radar Omega. Again, you can get all the access to the live radar feeds, satellite, computer models, literally everything is on this. It's an all-in-one weather app. You can get it on your iOS or Android device. Check it out, top link in the description below. Appreciate you guys watching. Have a great, safe rest of your night. I will not have a live stream Friday or Saturday. If there's severe weather on Sunday, I might have a live stream. We'll see. Winter weather forecast will release to the entire public sometime Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I'm not sure what day yet. So check that out when it comes out. Appreciate you guys all watching. Have a great, safe rest of your night. We'll see you guys all again soon.